Yo, yo, yo. Once again, we are back. This is We're Just Some Messengers podcast. I'm Mo.
I'm Mike. Feels good to be back in here. I know we had a little hiatus, but life happens, but we back in here for y'all. How's everything, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I can't complain, man. Summer's off to a great start, man. We
It's a
in
little
here.
bit too warm at this time of the year for my liking.
Hey,
It's supposed to be 98, 99 next Friday and Saturday. Well, I don't know. It's not supposed to be high 90s in May in Charleston yet.
I'm prepared, man. Player rag on deck. Player rag is on deck, man. I'm prepared, well prepared, man. So let's get into this shit, man. There's been a lot going on out in these streets and on the internets. And, Bob Gore, that's his name. Bob Gore's internet has been going crazy, man. So, without further,
a lot of unfortunate shit been going on. That we had to speak on it because this affect a lot of lives. So what we gonna start off with?
Them people tripping, man. These abortion laws, man. Like they tripping, man.
Is something has to change, man. Coming from Alabama, I'm not surprised. I mean, it is the state of Alabama, and of course, 25 white men voted on this shit. Why men should have an opinion about abortion laws, period, is a shocker to me. They shouldn't. No men, period, should be having no type of say so on this when it comes to a law like this. Hopefully, I hear Missouri's supposed to be the next state that's supposed to be doing this. Matter of fact, I think they vote either this week or next week. I'm not too sure. I think Georgia was another state too that passed it.
Yeah, but these laws don't go active until 2020. But still, this is crazy.
If it's active until 2020, so they're gonna go back to the board in 2020. That's what they're saying.
Nah, I think what that means is as soon as the ball drop 2020, that's when the shit start.
Yeah.
Either way, I'm right with you. I feel like this doesn't affect men. You know what I'm saying? So we shouldn't really even have a say so on us. That's not our bodies at all.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
And the fact that you can't even get one, even if it's due to rape, that's the most sick part of it.
That's some craziness, man.
And they always want to tie in, I seen the lady who had signed off on the bill. They always want to tie in God with their bullshit when it's necessary. Talking about, I forgot exactly what she said, but she basically ended up God would want a human life to survive and all kind of crazy shit. But it's y'all only use that shit to y'all convenience. And even to try to use that is just
it's trash.
It's an
trash,
insult to
man.
my intelligence
It's trash,
as well.
man.
So
I just don't. I mean,
you know how many? I know. I've heard stories of women who've been raped at a real young age, and got an abortion because of course, who would want to have a baby that, for one, they didn't want to have, and two, it was because of rape. And you have to tell a woman to her face that she can't have an abortion because somebody raped her. That's crazy.
And being that women they bodies change a lot faster than ours. Is I was seeing a lot of women share that some of them having they first cycles at 12 years old.
Yeah, it happens.
Years old.
12, 13.
So it's
I think my sisters had theirs around that time.
It's just crazy. It's why do they feel they have the audacity to even have that type of power?
You have a lot of men in position of power when it comes to politics. And when it comes to a law like that, that should be something that only women should have a majority of a say on anyway. I mean, imagine if a bunch of women came together for a law about something like vasectomies or something like that.
Exactly.
For men. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, because we gotta think just like how that happened, that could very well happen on the flip side. You know what I'm saying? So it's you gotta be real, you gotta be cautious and courteous, when you even doing shit like this.
What I'm most scared of too is the abandonment of babies. If like you said in 2020 when it starts, the abandonment of newborn babies because they can't have abortions.
And then it's I just see
that's what I'm worried about.
I just
the
see
most.
a bad cycle because it's unfortunately, a lot of these babies are going to fall by the wayside. Then they're just going to go to a broken foster care system. So it's like, like only God knows what's going to happen to a lot of these kids, unfortunately. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like,
yeah, it's a very sick law. And then for it to be 25 white men, like.
And then I think like I was reading like some of the white women that was voting on the bill, they pulled from even voting on it. So it's like, what's going on, man? Like that's
and it was only like 3, like out of all the men, it was probably like 30 something total. Like 3 black men voted against it. I think 2 other like was counted as showed as not here or something like that.
Right. It basically like
it was just basically at the end of the day, it was a going. You could have saw what the trend was when it came to the votes on that particular day. So I know one thing: if had all those white men had their daughters been raped and had to have a child, they would have a different opinion about it. I guarantee you that, especially if it was by a black person. So hopefully, through time, like if you get like a new governor or mayor, they can go to and change some of these laws, can't they?
I mean, I guess if you get enough, if it's enough backlash, I'm pretty sure like anything can be called back. I'm not sure specifically, but I would hope that's how it works.
I know for a fact, like which state is that? I can't remember exactly what state it was. I know they went back and they reversed, like basically they did a reversal on a certain law that had got passed. I don't know what particular year it was. It took some time, but it had got reversed. But I just see what a trend. This shit is trendy amongst the South. Why, I don't know. I don't see a lot of this shit going on up north. Not in the West Coast. It's like just mainly the southern states that they passing this bullshit. And Missouri's about to be next. Like I said, I think they vote next week.
Is the South like behind on like basic shit? Are you saying
it seems like it, man. It really do seem like it. I know it's not like we just like even with education. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like it always seems like the South is behind the 8 ball when it comes to certain shit, or they just stuck in they still like. To me, it's just like it's just like it just seemed like one of those slavery type times when it comes like when you think about
plantation politics, man.
Yeah, basically like a plantation type mindset when it comes to shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like for you to even have all these men on the board and then for it to be a majority of them and all of them decided on no abortion, like it's crazy. And like even her as a female, how can you even sign off on that shit? That's the part that's even more sick.
I mean,
because she has enough power to like even like delay it. I'm pretty sure she has enough power to delay it or do it over or just veto
like,
the shit. Something.
I mean,
you got some type of power.
Like, yeah, like you said, like I'm not. Like I said earlier, I'm not really sure. Like
we just gotta protect. We gotta protect.
But yeah, that shit is crazy.
Gotta protect it at all costs, man.
That shit is crazy to me, man. Like I don't know, man. That's some crazy shit, man.
That also goes back to how important you should be. Like I said, I don't never force nobody to be, voting or anything like that. But these are the type of laws that they be passing. While if you just not involved, like this is the shit that can be going on. So it's important that, and this is all this shit. Like I know a lot of people don't vote on the national level as far as president and shit like that, but on a local level and like your state shit, you should be very much involved when it comes to voting because this shit out here could get ugly real quick. Right. But hopefully, man, this shit don't stay in place for Alabama and the rest of these states, man. This shit gotta change. And another thing too is gonna end up happening. 9 times out of 10, they might end up just traveling to get the shit done. You know how much time that is there too?
Yeah, you still gotta take time off of work. It's still a lot of stuff, a lot of factors that apply into that. Like, and then like what if they start cracking down on that? You know what I'm saying? Like we know you traveling to do this. Like, you know what I'm saying?
They could do that.
You for real?
Hell no.
I'm not sure.
How can they tell you?
I'm not sure. Like you said, I'm not sure.
It's not like they make you register or nothing like that.
Right.
So no.
I've never been in that situation. So I'm on the outside looking in. So I can't really say like exactly how that would go. But I'm just trying to say. I say all that to say this. Like you never know how the shit could go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
it's just very sad and unfortunate. I'm just hoping shit could change. So on to the next topic. We had recently South Carolina and North Carolina teachers go on strike. Shout out to them for standing up for what they believe in. Like, my girl, she's a teacher, and she be telling me about crazy shit that be going on. Like, they not allowed to. They can't even really leave their classroom to use a bathroom and shit.
That's wild, man.
Yeah, they can have oversized classrooms. Just like one day they can have like 20 something students, and the next day they can have just 30 something. Just cause.
Yeah, I know how like some of that goes. Like I communicate with some people who are in that field, so I definitely know like some of the struggles they go through as far as some of the the downfalls that come with it, as far as like how you said like the understaffing. Like,
no, that shit is that shit is very important, because she even told me one day like it's like a shortage of teachers. Like it had gotten to the point where they were just getting people off the street.
Yeah.
So imagine your child being at a school that you think is like prestigious or anything like that, and you realize that like these teachers are not getting what they're supposed to. I'm just not even talking pay wise, just even respect wise. Then on top of that, they have to teach these kids. Some teachers, they can't take all that stress, so now they quitting. You just getting somebody off the street to basically cover for them. They don't know nothing.
And you gotta think, unfortunately you still got unengaged parents who just send their kids not only to learn, but it's more like you getting my child off my hands for a few hours. So it's like they not really engaged on what's going on.
Yeah, because they feel like they're just dropping them off It's like a daycare type shit.
Exactly. When really that's not what it is. Like, you still need, like, the teaching still continues at home. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, these people are having to deal with all kinds of things all kinds of factors that get in between of them, like educating the kids. So it's fucked up, man. You know what I'm saying?
I really do hope.
They should not. These teachers should not have been in a situation to where they feel like they needed to strike. You know what I'm saying? Like, just to be heard. You know
they had a lot of support too. Like, it was I saw a lot of crazy signs out there, but like a lot of that shit it might have been some humor to it, but it was true. Like a lot of them really can't survive based off of the salary that they getting to teach, and like they're teaching like the future basically. So I mean, when you look at it, like I can't really. There's no reason for me to like be against it, like, because eventually when I have kids one day, like, I'm gonna depend on the teacher to teach my child, what they need to learn to survive in this world. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So yeah, hopefully they get that under control, because I know last year she also told me too, like, West Virginia also had a shortage of teachers too. It was a crazy number. I can't remember what the number was, but they had a crazy short number of teachers, and they was just basically getting people off the street on some substitute teacher type shit. And you know how it is when you get a substitute teacher. Substitute teacher basically just there to give you work assignments that your teacher left behind. But just imagine having that on an everyday basis.
Right, I understand.
Your child not really coming out with no type of knowledge, or the person who teach them and don't really have the credentials.
Like, I can speak from like firsthand experience going to Drayton Hall Middle. We ran a social studies teacher out of our trailer, and for the
a substitute teacher?
No, this was a permanent teacher. Like, she couldn't take it no more. Like, them kids was horrible in my social studies class. I never forget this in 6th grade. She left. It was like the third 9 weeks. We didn't have a stable teacher for the rest of the year for social studies. We had a bunch of like random teachers, bro. Like, every day it was like almost on some new teacher type shit.
Basically on some East Side High, lean on me type shit.
Yeah. Facts. So I can only imagine, what's going on, all this time, like, fast forward now. You know what I'm saying? Especially like, kids just,
Oh, no, like, I'm not going to get into detail about stories I done heard, but no, dog, like, it's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's gotten worse because of shit. And, like, even at the certain grade levels, like, these kids is doing shit that we wasn't even really doing when we was in 7th, 8th grade, dog. That's how crazy this shit is. And you expect for me to come in every day and do this shit, and you paying me on top of what you paying me? Like, nah. I wouldn't be able to put up with that shit. So, shout out to all the teachers who went on strike. Like, I'm definitely supporting y'all. I'm hoping y'all get what y'all want and deserve. And hopefully, man, I think they should be supposed to be going to the board next year. to review like a salary increase or something like that.
I hope that happens because, like, I think that was Mac on Coffee and Dutch's podcast was basically saying, like, you know, the state gotta quit calling broke, quit screaming broke, man. Like, we got the money to do all this dumb shit. Like, we getting
every state has money. Every
state has the money
this
to
country
invest
has
in
the
education.
money, period.
Like, we gotta cut the bullshit, man. If y'all,
I think it just be some old other shit that be going on. Like for example, like, remember on The Wire when the mayor had made all them promises?
Yeah.
Remember Coretti made all those promises,
right.
and he had to cut here to accommodate the promises that he made.
That's what's going on.
I think that's the shit that really be going on, because there's no way that you can tell me you can't fund all of this shit. Y'all definitely have the money. You ain't taking a pay cut, I'm pretty sure. All the people sitting in the offices making all these laws, y'all not taking no pay cut. So there's money floating around here. It's just that they got shit going on under the table, man. But when it's gonna get to a point where you're going to start to see reflecting on the kids when test scores are getting low. They're not really receiving the information how they're supposed to, because you don't have the teachers in place to teach them these things. So it's very important that I'd be damned if I send my child to a school and, like, you just got somebody you picked up off the street and I have to have that person there for 180 days teaching my child this shit. Like, nah, that shit can't fly. So, yeah, once again, hopefully they get what they want, you know, and deserve.
Pay them teachers, man.
Yeah, pay them teachers, man.
Pay them teachers, man.
So
they shouldn't be out here on they strike shit with the sugar daddy signs, man. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. That's crazy, because that's actually what's probably happening for real. Like,
some of them be having to work 2 jobs.
Yeah.
Some of them be having to pick up a second job. Yeah. Because they not getting paid what they supposed to be getting paid. These are like college educated, like, you know, people who went to, you know, got the accreditations, proper education to teach kids, and they gotta, you know, a lot of them, what they end up doing is just going to other states who provide the salary.
Yeah.
That they feel is worthy, and then, like I said, in turn, that affects the state, the education. South Carolina always seems like they're at the bottom when it comes to the education when they pull up the stats every year, bro.
This been for a long time. It's been for a very long time.
It's always seemed like South Carolina is at the bottom, like in between that 45 to 50 range when it comes. But you don't want to pay these teachers. The shit don't make sense. Like, pay the teachers, man.
I remember, like, when I was like a jit and, like, looking at, like, doing like PAC testing and, like, all the other testing, and, like, looking at, like, the nationals, and it's like, damn, like, we always at the bottom. Like, what is this?
And they wonder why North Carolina, South Carolina is protesting, dog. Y'all not paying these teachers what they deserve, and then you have no choice but to get people off the street. So you got to make them. It's gonna get to a point where they're gonna have to do it. They just gonna have to give. At the end of the day, there's always gonna be a breaking point with everything. They have the money, they just don't want to do it. Oh, matter of fact, speaking of that, so you remember the article you sent me yesterday about Dabo, about how he said he will go to the pros if they start paying the college athletes or something like that.
Let's kill this nigga, man. Let's kill him.
Basically, he was like, if that's the case, then. Matter of fact, let me see if I can pull up though. You have the article?
Let me see, man, because I found that very interesting. That, again, this well-paid coach would stoop down and say some crazy shit like that. But
would you look at that? I ain't had to type in that much. I got it right here.
All right.
So Dabo Swinney, if they want to professionalize college athletics, maybe I'll go to the pros. In an interview with ESPN.com, Swinney discussed and downplayed the idea that he could go back to Alabama, where he played and was an assistant. Whenever Alabama coach Nick Saban hangs it up, he then said nothing was guaranteed when it came to future of college football or his future with Clemson. Being great what it said. As far as paying players professionalized at college athletics, that's where you lose me, Swinney said 4 years ago. I'll go do something else because there's enough entitlement in this world as it is. Swinney's $93 million contract over 10 years eclipsed Texas A&M coach Jimbo Fisher's 10 years, $75 million deal for the richest in total value for a college football coach. Mind you now, all that money, you know, your players don't see none of that. You get all the freshest new weight rooms, dorms, cafeterias.
Talking about Nick
practice
Saban, Nick
fields.
Saban with the state of the art facility and all.
Yeah,
other
Clemson
shit,
just got
like-
one too.
Oh, they got one too.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. See,
Oh, they
that's
about to
news.
get one very. If he got a 10-year, $93 million deal, best believe
They
like,
invested in the whole program.
Let me tell you something. This shit is bigger than it's just paying the athletes, because when you bring in championships, guess what else comes?
Money.
And on top of money, that money turns into new things
Yeah.
for the college. So like Clemson 5 years ago would have never thought of no shit like this, of paying a coach 10 years, $93 million. But when you bring in championships, that brings in a new attention, new TV contracts, merch goes up, tickets goes up, everything goes up. Like the whole school's going to get funded behind it, but the athletes are left behind. That's why I say I think Dabo sold his soul, man. Being a Florida State fan, I can't believe that Clemson's really about to be a dynasty out this bitch.
Dabo full of shit, man, because as long as he can, celebrate with them boys and do their hip hop dances, and after they win
It's
these
all
big
good.
games, it's all good. But as soon as these dudes want some security for themselves and their families for risking their bodies and their health, playing a dangerous sport that they're not guaranteed any protection as a college athlete, it's a problem. Now you want to go and coach professional sports? Bitch, you getting paid already.
This goes back to having the funds available. The NCAA have more than enough funds to divvy out a certain cap if they want to do a cap to these athletes, whether it be football, basketball. I mean, we're just gonna call it what it is. College football and basketball is basically the main two. But like, I'm pretty sure y'all could come up with a system where they're compensated more than for with the bullshit y'all give them. Cause I even hear like that little $3 million shit that they be having, they be giving that shit ain't really nothing.
That's crazy. That's crazy too.
Like that shit ain't really nothing. And also there was also reported that it was which college basketball player that was who just got under fire for receiving funds for was it Ayton?
Yeah, it was Aiden.
I thought it was Ayton. It
He
was
got
somebody
paid.
else too.
Apparently, someone got mad at somebody behind the scenes, and they trying to out Aiton's parents. Ayton that played for the Suns, and who came from Arizona. They trying to out him for receiving funds while playing for Arizona, approximately like $10,000 a month or some shit like that. So my whole thing is this, man.
America is just stingy in all.
It's stingy in all aspects. I've never seen, a bunch of people getting millions upon millions of dollars hand over fist that don't want to pay the motherfuckers who's bringing the crowd to watch these games. And
my
sports.
jerseys are selling out. If I'm the top player at LSU or Bama or Oregon or something like that, like my jersey's gonna fly off the shelves, even if my name is on it. But I did see the other day that the NCAA is thinking about considering compensating players for their play, and if they're like for like merchandise and shit like that. But I get that shit another 5 to 10 years before they really take that shit serious. I think it's gonna come to a point where they're gonna have to pay them, because if not, they're just gonna keep having these scandals. Like, this is just like blue chips, bro. Like, if you really look at it, and I know this shit is going on, this shit just boils down to who get caught and who don't. If I'm in a position where I could come to your college and I can basically like make a deal where I make sure my family is straight while I'm there, like, why wouldn't I do it?
Right. Right. I mean, I'm with you. I'm not against that at all. Like, especially coming from these backgrounds that these kids come from, like that's a dream to be able to do what you already been doing with your life, that you already set forward to do with your life on a professional level. Like, why not? Everybody else getting paid.
Especially the ones that suits sitting in the offices. Well, yeah, like I said, all this shit just boiled down to just being stingy. Dabo Swinney, I hope y'all don't win no more championships. Most likely they probably will win the next one though. But yeah, I hope they don't get no more championships out that bitch.
Yeah, Dabo's a hoe, man. Dabo Swinney.
He also said something about that. He also had a problem with kids sitting out bowl games too. I remember that.
It was him and Saban that was talking shit, and I'm like, bro, like y'all crazy.
Because
bro.
if they get hurt, they can't come back to school.
Like now, I think I said that because I looked at Dabo's college stats, and I was like, bro, you didn't even play. It wasn't even like that. So why you mad at the kids who actually got a shot at professional level? Crickets. Wow.
Hey man, like
when did bench warmers start talking like starters, man? When did we start doing that?
when they started getting them W's under their belt, man. He started feeling himself when he got a couple of championships in 3 years, man.
Had a spark when you started, but now you just garbage.
So let's segue into the next topic. So we didn't have a chance to touch on this, but I thought this was very interesting. We all know that Beyonce just partnered with Adidas, but prior to that, she had a meeting with a couple of other brands. I think she had met with Nike. I think she met with Under Armour too. But she really had turned down the story that came out how she turned down Reebok because they didn't have nobody basically in the office that represented her culture, and she turned them down and ended up going with Adidas. But isn't this the run-in conversation that we always have when it comes to why we should have more people like us in these meetings?
Yeah.
Like, how can you come into how do you have a meeting, Reebok, with Beyonce, one of the most recognizable people in the world, and you talking about having this design and this rollout, but you don't have nobody in the room
that look like her. But y'all want her to sign over her likeliness, or however you say this shit.
That's right.
To represent y'all. That's just crazy.
Like I said, man, culture vultures, man. Now, just imagine if she would have just went ahead and signed the paper and boom, had a deal. Then when the shit came out, the shit probably would have been watered down. It would even have represented a culture, or they would have had some flaw shit going on that would have caused some uproar. Like, it's just a whole bunch of this nonsense that continues to go on. Like, at what point do we really realize that either A, we can just go ahead and get the floor running with our own shit, and I'm talking about people with money and the resources to do it, or number two, just put a foot down and just be like, hey, we not going for this shit. We're about 25 to 30 years of hip-hop culture being the most influential in this world, and yet they still haven't got the shit right as far as how to represent it or how to gauge it.
They don't got it right.
Then at a time in 1990, they told us that the shit probably would have been dead in 10 years anyway.
They don't got it right because they doing that on purpose, man. They doing it on purpose because we're not demanding more. Like, I feel like if they want us to wear their shit or they want us to represent their shit, they need to start handing over equity. They need to start handing over some ownership, because we the people that make these brands pop. People don't wear these brands until they see us make these shit look cool. That's worldwide. You know what I'm saying? Like, African Americans in the United States of America influence the world. So it's like, if y'all want us to put our flavor on y'all shit, y'all gotta start handing over more than just boxes of shoes, boxes of product.
They know that the positions are more valuable. So they, like you said, it's kind of like, what do you call it? Like surface level
victories.
Yeah, surface level victories. Like, I look at it like this: if you can get, I hope this is like an alarm for like future, like, entrepreneurs or just future designers, that you just can't go for the bullshit. Like, remember the picture I had sent you, not the picture, the link, the story I had sent you about Virgil and his team.
Mm-hmm.
So I know you had got some more information on that. So was it just a particular team, or was it, because from what I saw, what he put in his caption was the design team for Off-White.
That's his Italy team.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I feel like regardless of where he's at, even if he's in Australia, he should still have it all black. That's just my opinion.
And
he can hire whoever he want to hire.
I feel you. It should be black representation across the board. That's me, period. I'm with you on that. However, I'm not gonna write the man off based off one picture when you got countless examples of even more blatant violation. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how I feel about the shit. Like, was he out of pocket for that? In my opinion, yeah. I ain't gonna, tear the man down when you got other people who already done, who basically kind of sold out. Like, I feel like Dapper Dan kind of sold out with the Gucci shit that we talked about a few weeks ago. Mm-hmm. That's service level as fuck. I said that a few weeks ago. That's service level.
They just had some shit recently too about a turban or some shit.
Oh yeah, Gucci under fire again for selling a $700 turban that was on their runway collection that was like previewed earlier this week, and they've been under fire for that. So like, at this point, it's just like, they don't got no picks on who they don't fuck with. You know what I'm saying? It's like this is equal opportunity prejudice. You know what I'm saying? Y'all either gonna continue to give them their money or not.
I guess so. I think that 3 months has been up. So
that 3 months have been up, and I ain't seen a shortage of niggas not wearing Gucci. So it's like, that's on y'all. At the end of the day, if y'all want to give them y'all money, that y'all work hard for. Sometimes y'all might be putting yourself in a situation to get these funds to spend with these people. If that's what y'all want to do, that's on y'all. But they're showing y'all hand over fist with how they feel about you. Period.
That's all I can say about that. If I was to go into, like, if I was in that position and I was to go into a meeting with Adidas or Nike or Reebok or whoever, and they didn't have not one person in there, like, or the majority of it was, I've been like, nah, we can't rock with this. I need more, even if it's just one black person, and be like, it's not enough. It's just, y'all gonna have to either get some more black people in here or this shit just ain't gonna work. So I do appreciate the fact that she did take a stand and do that, because she easily could have took that deal and ran with it. And I'm glad the reason why it came out too, because that's important to highlight. Because at the end of the day, man, like they do the shit amongst themselves too. Mm-hmm. Like when white people, when they go to the board and they have their own clothing design or music or whatever, it could be anything. Like they don't include us in their shit.
Yeah, that's by design. That's just what it is.
They feel like we shouldn't have an opinion on their culture. Like me personally, I would never give my opinion about what white people should do in their culture. For number one, I don't give a fuck, and number two, I don't relate to it.
Is this when we start to kill Mike Rappaport?
Oh, you could go ahead and get in your bag about that. I forgot about that. I know you want to. You was giving that nigga some bars on Twitter during the week. I forgot about that shit that quick.
I play for the Rancho Cucamonga Cracker Killers, man. Y'all want some tickets? Hey, man.
He was really going in.
This nigga's out of pocket, man. Like
that man disrespected Maverick Carter for nothing.
For one, that's just eerily similar to the out of pocket comments that Phil Jackson made about LeBron James, and this can't begin with the posse shit. And it's like, bro, at the end of the day, if you don't respect that man's background, cool, you keep that to yourself. For one, just because you've been in high learning when you played a skinhead or you was the mailman in Friday Part 2, that don't mean that you have an anchor in our culture, bro. You don't have a say so, or you don't have, you don't have the goal to speak on like our shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when you wanted to work with these people, like they was laughing at you, bro, when you tweeted that. When you tried to reduce Maverick Carter's whole, like, his whole being to just being LeBron's homeboy. That man runs a multi-million-dollar agency.
Co-founded Uninterrupted with Bron.
Co-founded Uninterrupted, which you've been dying to get in. You want to be on the shop so bad. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But now when you've been getting, when you got, your family got played, LeBron didn't want to take pictures with your cheesy family. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what it was, and that's hurting your heart. You don't got that photo on your mantle, so that hurting your heart. And now you getting your shop invites are getting declined. So now you get on Twitter and try to get out of pocket but for one, this man is self-made. Him and his people got out the mud. LeBron James came out of nothing. Them boys came from nothing.
And he easily could have fucked it up when he was real young too.
Exactly.
Like we talking about, we going on.
So let's get back to Mav. Let's get back to Mav. Yeah. Exactly. This is what about to be 18 years. They've been at this shit. Yeah. Multi-million-dollar businesses within a circle.
This man got $90 million from Nike before he
even stepped.
He could have easily fucked this shit
easily squandered this shit. You know what I'm saying? So for you to try to reduce all that shit just to him being like a bag boy, like, nigga, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how I feel, bro. Like, and that's the type of energy we gotta have towards anybody who want to speak down on accomplished people that look like us. That's period, bro.
What it is, they get comfortable.
They get real comfortable,
and they
bro.
get comfortable around us, and the people that they have friends that look like us. Just like with Gary Owen when he made the comment about Terry Stotts, talking about he should have said, "Oh, that just really hit that shot." Like, no, bro, like. He shouldn't have said that.
And you got your wife with the whole when he was going back and forth. This was like a year or two ago when he was going back and forth with Michael Blackson on Instagram, and he was like, "Yeah, I can't say it, but my wife can say it." Like, you know how cringy that was watching that shit, bro.
Like, dog, just because you have a black wife,
like, nigga,
you
Don't put her
don't
in
put
that
her
shit.
in
And
that
she
shit.
is sucky for even taking
She
that
should have
bone.
tell him to delete that
Like,
shit.
like nigga, like any black woman that I know, like, bro, like that's corny as fuck, bro. Like, you out of pocket. You out of pocket, bro.
No, big time out of
Just
pocket.
because you was on Comic View back in 99, 98, nigga, like, nah, bro. You still can get slapped too.
At what point do these niggas like who be in a certain? I don't know. Let me not. They probably do check them in private. I'm not too sure.
I don't know.
I
don't
tell.
know.
I can't tell because of their actions, man. Like I'm pretty sure Michael Rappaport is cool with some black people in the industry. Like whoever's cool with this man, y'all need to really have a sit down conversation with him.
I don't know,
this shit
man.
is really getting out of control.
I don't know if they checking them because you forget that we still got the Louis C.K. shit with Chris Rock was just sitting there. I don't and they've been knowing each other for years. So like I'm pretty sure he said that behind closed doors around him. That made me look at Chris Rock completely different. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they checking them. They probably not.
No, they probably not. But like I said, they always want to be a part and have a say so in what we do within our culture. Don't have no opinion about our culture and then just be so. The thing is, they be saying that shit with such strong conviction.
So bold, dog.
You know what I'm saying? Like
so
they be so bold with it,
shit,
bro.
man.
Like you're not black at the end of the day, dog. You can't. You can never relate or understand where the fuck like the shit comes from or how it's made up. Like you can't have no opinion or just sit back and enjoy it. I'm gonna always be firm on that stance, bro. Like I don't believe no white person should have no strong say so on how our culture moves and dictates. It just is what it is. Like y'all can sit back and enjoy it and be a part of it and all that. But as far as like making moves and having an opinion about who should do this and who should bro, sit that out. Sit that out. But the reason why they want to because they understand the impact of the power. Like they understand the impact. They see how strong the impact is. So oh no, we got to have a hand in this. We got to get our hand on this, and that's what they do. I don't even think it's so much they like it. I think it's the power that they want of it, because they understand how much it has grown and how much it has impacted the world over the last 25 years.
This shit not going nowhere. That's what it is.
It's not going nowhere.
Like
yeah.
if you get accomplished enough to where you like cement it within the culture, you're not going nowhere. You're gonna live forever. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like
hip hop is never gonna die.
So it's like if you say like you like a Rappaport or whatever, and like you shuck and jive enough to where like you get accepted, quote unquote. Like you help produce a Tribe Called Quest documentary. So I guess now you feel like, you know what I'm saying, you have grounds to stand on. And now you start speaking out of pocket, like, my nigga, nah, bro. Like, nah. You still getting checked, bro.
No, that's facts. Cause I'm pretty sure it would happen the other way around. Just like with old boy with the country song, they didn't even want to deem the shit country.
They don't.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, that's the shit. That's the shit. That's crazy, trip you out, bro.
I think
y'all always want to have an opinion about how the fuck hip hop should move or how we should wear clothing or have an opinion on clothing. But then this dude do a country song. You didn't even want to deem this shit fucking country.
Let me tell you how wicked they get with the shit. The shit was nominated for like some country music awards. They don't even have that nigga's name on the song.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest country songs out right now.
It's Billy Ray Cyrus, and then in small quotations, I got Lil Nas X at the bottom.
I bet you they felt some type of way when Billy Ray got on the remix.
Yeah.
They felt some type of way.
I mean, salute to Billy Ray. You need more people like that. Not the Gary Owens or the Rappaports. You need that. So Billy Ray probably was like, bro, this country music. Like, what y'all doing?
It is country music.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's the thing. It is country music.
Like, what are
y'all?
But
y'all
doing?
always want to dictate what's hip hop, what's not, what's like, dog. Like, y'all can't have no opinion about rap and hip hop on that deep of a level, man. You just can't. It's like, because y'all wouldn't sit back and take no opinion from us when it come to country or pop music. Y'all never have. Y'all move how y'all want to move when it come to y'all genres. But when it come to our genres, y'all always want to have a say-so in the shit.
Also, they gave Nelly hell for when he came out with the country
with
grammar.
Tim McGraw. And that shit went platinum.
And that song was hard.
That went platinum, too.
He caught backlash also with trying to get things rolling the ball as far as under all the genres. Because that album went through a lot of different genres, man. He
that sweatsuit shit was a kind of ahead of his time, to be real with you. Wasn't he just hating on Destiny's Child at the CMTs? Like they pulled their performance from the television lineup and all, and it's like, bro, like, but y'all wanna try to dictate what these girls doing in their respective field, but they can't get the same respect when they killing y'all shit.
That's what I said.
And then if you want to be deep about it, we invented all that shit. Like
Why
if we really wanted to, we could go back and take all of that shit. To be real with you,
no, we pretty much started everything. But like I said, we had the most impact with the least power. That's why I don't have no problem when especially with us, if we get in a position of power where if we do want to hire just nothing but black people, why not? I'm not saying that I would be against a white person having a job within hip hop. That's not what I'm saying. I don't feel that no white person should have that deep or that much power and influence within our culture, bruh. It's just that simple. Because then shit start to get shaky. You see what I'm saying? Then when everything get fumbled, then it's like, oh well,
it's y'all's now.
You see what
y'all fuck it up, and then y'all want to give it back to us, mangled and shit.
Exactly.
You know
but
like,
this Lil Nas X can't have a country song, and that's something small. But then you talking about having the positions of power within hip hop. Something that we created, something that we started. We talking about a song versus our culture, power.
Hey man, that's the game. That's the game. That's
crazy, man.
That's the game, man.
And shout out to dude too, man. I hope he take home every fucking country award.
I said this before. Like I'm not a fan of this shit at all. But I support the nigga.
Yeah, just cause
on his Jackie Robinson shit, you know, coming through. Changing the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I ain't really bumping the song like it is, but just for the fact that what he went through behind the song, I hope he take home a whole bunch of country awards for that shit.
I gotta listen to it. My daughter loved that song. So it's like, you know, I fuck with it for that alone. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like my daughter probably would never listen to country music if it was up to me. She had to discover that on her own, but she come to me like, hey, I wanna hear the horse song. I'm like, oh, all right. I know what you're talking about. So, you know, shout out to him for that.
It's a real catchy song. But you know what? You know when that shit really started, when they started feeling like they could really have a pass in our culture, is when Eminem touched down. And when no, that's facts, because when they realized that they had a white person that could rap and he had power within a record label company, like they was like, oh, okay, yeah, we could definitely start having opinions and dictate how shit move. Cause think about it, before him,
had Vanilla
Ice. Who did they have?
Vanilla Ice. He got extorted by Suge Knight.
Exactly. And this is not to say, I'm not saying like, because there are plenty of dope white rappers like R.I.P. to Mac Miller. He was nice. I wasn't a big fan of him, but he was nice. But he was like basically like the white rapper who knew his place in the game.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? Like
exactly.
he didn't overstep boundaries.
He never stepped on toes.
Like he never had like no slip ups.
Always pure energy with this shit, bro.
Yeah.
It was never on no.
Why we can't have more of those type of white? That's for those who are misinformed about how white people should move within the culture. Mac Miller is a prime example.
Perfect example. I don't think we'll get that type of example again. I mean, G-Eazy pretty cool.
G-Eazy got cool. A couple of songs that I like.
He cool. I mean, Logic, the nigga Logic, he kind of, I don't know what he on right now as far as like, do he want us to feel?
I haven't listened to his new album. His album before was pretty dope though. I know he's been on he had a couple of interviews recently talking about his album and shit like that, but I haven't really had a chance to listen to it. But I know there's this narrative running around behind Logic that what's killing his music is his same touch on the biracial
it's the same
thing.
Shit, and it's like, bro, like, do you want us to feel bad that you're biracial, or do you, like, what are you talking, like, what do you know, like, do you have any other type of subject matter? Is that all you can talk about? I mean, we get it, bro.
I'm black.
We get it, bro. Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like, you black too, and it's like, but with him, it's like
my mom called me a nigger. Feel bad for me.
It's like with him, he wants to toe the line.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. That's what I'm saying. Like, what do you want from us? Like,
what is it that you want people to understand? Like, my dog, you're not the first biracial person I came across in my life. You see what I'm saying? Like, you just putting it through music. You see what I'm saying? Like, I've been seeing. I'm gonna
keep it a buck. Like, I know a lot of biracial people, and they claim they black.
That's why I used to tell people, I'm like, bro, like, the only reason why Logic is really struggling with this shit is because he looked like a white boy. That just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, but he's very well informed of his blackness. He knows that. You know that you black. Yet he doesn't look like the typical black person, but he is. That's just like with J. Cole. J. Cole mom is white.
Mm-hmm.
His dad's black. You see what I'm saying? But he looks like us. You see what I'm saying?
Always identified as us.
He's always identified as us. You, Logic, should be identifying as a black man. It shouldn't be this towing the line shit. It shouldn't be
I don't get it. Like, I feel like that's like the.
But
like,
if he looked like J. Cole, I don't think we would have been having this discussion.
I feel like that's just like the running narrative with his music is like he want us to pick a side for him. Like, nigga, you have to do that for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, whenever I just hear Logic rapping.
Are you picking a side when you're using the N-word in your songs?
Yeah, that's what I'm
saying.
saying.
Like you use. I'm not even saying get because you are black, but you say the N-word in your song. So why are you even toting the line? You're a black person.
Hey, man.
You know what the struggle is, my nigga.
How Pusha say it, man? Ashamed of your hair because it wouldn't nap enough? I don't get it, man. Like,
that definitely looked like it applies to Logic, bro. That line definitely would apply to Logic. But he really needs to pick a side, bro. Like, you... Like,
it ain't hard.
No, it's really not.
It's not hard, man.
It's really not. If J. Cole can, you definitely sure can.
It's not hard. And honestly, it wouldn't even change nothing.
Nah.
It wouldn't change my opinion on him because, I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of him at all, but it would just be like, oh, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, you.
No, you're right. Like, dog, this is go back to my tweet that I said the other day. If everything was on an even level playing field, white people know we would wash them at everything. And I'm not even saying that in terms of like, I'm just talking about on a friendly competition level. Like, because it's been proven, like, if we get a hand in anything, we pretty much run that shit.
That's facts.
Now y'all trying to get a hand within the culture and get ahead of us on that shit. But they got it on the power end. You see what I'm saying?
Got it on the ownership level.
On the ownership level. You see what I'm saying? But as far as, like, creating the content and doing it, there's no way they fucking with us. Because they don't come from it. So what they try to do is they try to get black people to try to... Whoever they could get to infiltrate and give them the inside scoop, this and the third, and basically run with it. I just go back to that post. That shit that pissed me off the other day with Bleacher Report when they put up the post with Giannis and The Rock. Mm-hmm. Like, bro, y'all doing too much, bro. That shit was so corny. That shit was cringeworthy, damn near.
Yeah.
It's like I could tell a white person put that post up. I could tell a white person put that post up because that shit don't even correlate.
Hey, Bob, it's Giannis and The Rock, man.
Y'all, they always be trying to, like, pick something from the past or what's going on with current and mesh it with today, and the shit 9 times out of 10 don't be fucking working, or you just overdoing it,
just
bro.
Look forced.
Everything don't gotta. You don't have to mesh everything, bro. You just don't have to do it. Just like with CJ McCollum when they took the clip from Family Matters when Steve got in the transformation chamber.
I saw niggas tweeting that before Bleacher Report even did that. I saw niggas tweeting that.
Niggas been saying he looked like Stephon.
I was like, bro, my nigga Kurt just tweeted that like an hour ago. You know what I'm saying?
And they took it and they ran with it. They put it on their post. That's what I'm saying, bro. But I guarantee you, not one black. I bet you a black person don't own Bleacher Report.
Nah.
That's all I'm saying. Like the dude, remember I was saying.
I want to know who do their social media management.
That's what I would like to know too. And another thing is too, like the dude who run House of Highlights.
Right.
Like he's. Like I don't know what his what his ethnic background is, but I know he's not white. But I know he is like he does have he looked like he got an Indian type background. His name is Omar. But Bleacher Report picked up House of Highlights. You see what I'm saying? Because they know what time it is with that shit. I remember when I first started following House of Highlights way before it got buzzed. That shit, when I started following House of Highlights when it was like 20K followers. And all Dog used to do was just like post some of the craziest sports videos or craziest catches, whatever it was. Then when the shit started getting more and more, it started getting to a point where I remember one time his first post was like he'll show like matter of fact when Dwayne Wade got traded to the Bulls. When Dwayne Wade got traded to the Bulls, he was showing highlights of Dwayne Wade in the Heat, but at the bottom in the caption it said Dwayne Wade had just been traded to the Chicago Bulls for this, that, and the third. So it started to become more of like a news breaking type media page.
Right.
It wasn't just the posting the highlights and shit like that, but it became something bigger. Then I think a year ago or a year and a half ago, Bleacher Report finally picked them up. But you know why they picked them up though? Because they saw that the impact that it was having in the influence. House of Highlights, for people who don't know, House of Highlights wasn't always with Bleacher Report. That was just somebody who started that shit just off GP, like somebody who was just love posting sports clips and all highlight videos. But you see how when shit start to gain access and just gain the notoriety, how they want to put their hands in it. 10, 15 years ago, ESPN, none of these big sports media outlets wasn't indebted in this culture how much they are now. Like, even with the sneakers and how they be having, like, PJ Tucker when they be highlighting
They got a
him
whole
and his
page
sneakers.
called Bleacher Report Kicks.
Yeah, BR Kicks. You know what I'm saying? Like, 10 years ago, SportsCenter wasn't doing that at all. Like, so now they understand, like I said, it's only gonna continue to grow, but at what point do the ownership match the impact?
That's why I say, you know, if you know anybody who's a content creator, and I mean like across the board, they look like us, do they got like a YouTube page where they doing like a YouTube series? I mean, shout out to my dog K Bell, who got the women show, Uncaged Bird Productions. If you see anybody with any type of like content creation page, whether it be makeup tutorials, I know it's a few young ladies on the timeline who got makeup tutorial pages. Anybody who create any type of content that look like us, you gotta push that shit forward, because that's what makes shit cool right now. That's the wave right now. That's where shit going at now. And as long as those entities stay independent, that's where the power at. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where, if you look at what's going on in social media right now, that's what it is. Is content creation. Who can make the most current content? Who can make the most popping shit? And if you look at the scoreboard, it's us. So if that's what it is,
if the power matched the
that's what I'm
impact, we
saying.
will watch
Like,
them at
if
everything.
if it's more of us supporting each other, more of us sharing each other's shit, that's where the power at, and that's where the power going to stay at. As long as those, you know, entities stay independent, that's where it's at. You know what I'm saying? It ain't going to be that much Bleacher Reports. It ain't going to be that much House of Highlights and all that shit. For example, like that's facts.
The way it's just amazing to see how much it has been incorporated within sports media. Like, SportsCenter wasn't doing this shit 10 years ago, dog. Like, it's pretty much like how can I say it, like a necessity for them now.
They looking at what we tweeting and what we putting out there, and they basically picking and choosing what they spin off. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically all it is. And then the thing about it is, since that we putting it on these public forums, we can't really monetize it like that unless you're going through the proper things to protect yourselves. So like we putting out these tweets that they eating up and rewording and shit like that. We can't really do nothing about that. We just know that we influence them. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So we just gotta take that for what it is. But I mean, that, like I say, as long as we supporting each other and we keeping that power amongst ourselves, I mean, that's what it is. Like, in the next 10 years, that's what it's going to be. Like, content. Like, TV about to be out the door. If you look at it, that's where all these streaming services coming from, because you can stream from anything. You don't need a TV to stream. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you do it on your phone.
You do it on your phone. You know what I'm saying? Everything's mobile.
You can pull up Netflix on your phone.
Exactly.
You can pull up your TV app.
And
like, I
that's
got
what I'm
Direct
saying.
TV now. I can watch Direct TV now on my phone.
Exactly.
Away from home.
Every cable provider, they got an app so you can look on your phone. Mm-hmm. So like you gotta think of it like this. If you got your content up to par and say like Do Work Media, we done linked up with some other niggas and we done got this shit official. They gotta come to us to get our content. They gotta give us the bag. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That's where the power at. You're not getting this shit unless you pay us directly.
And you could and at the end of the day, you can dictate how everything moves.
Exactly.
You won't have a white person sitting in the office telling you,
maybe you should do this, or maybe you should let us change this. No.
That's why the most powerful scene from the show ATL last season was when the rapper dude was in the office and all the white people was just sitting down looking like they don't know what the fuck was going on while he was performing on top of the table. Like, that's how that shit really is on a grand scale.
Yeah, that's how I felt when I saw Bobby Smurda doing it that one time.
Yeah, like that's how they really sit back and be like, okay, we trying to understand.
Trying to understand. I probably got a niece somewhere that's going crazy over this shit right now. Mm-hmm. Maybe I gotta go to dinner and play this for him. He probably already been listening to this shit. Mm-hmm. That's how I know how much to give this black guy. Simple as that.
Facts.
That's just how it go.
Facts. No, I'm telling you, if shit got on an even level playing field, shit would be so much different, dog. Like, I would hope to see that day come though. because it would be, man, you talking about a sprint, dog. That shit would be no competition, dog. Like, and it'd be great. It would be great to see, man. We need to have more people like us in position of power, especially within our culture. Like, that's why, like, when I see certain white people be having, that shit just cringeworthy, dog. That's all I can really say at the end of the day. Like, it just be cringeworthy. You just can't be having no opinion about how our culture move and how it. That's all I can say about that, dog. So hopefully that can just kickstart something that can change, man. Definitely, we need more. If you get into a position like, if you were big, if you have a name or some type of influence, like, you probably won't have as much influence as Beyonce, or maybe there is another Beyonce in a generation. Like, a lot of that, I realize with a lot of this shit, it be generational. Mm-hmm. So who's to say like when the next one come? But when that next one come, hopefully when you go into a meeting, you can do the same shit, man. Like, cause it sends a message. So I guarantee you, when Reebok left that meeting,
it set a standard.
A lot of people got in trouble behind that shit.
It set a standard. It was like, damn, how we fumbled Beyonce?
That's exactly what the fuck they said.
How we fumbled Beyonce?
And mind you, now
Reebok
is not really the biggest, like,
exactly. So for them to even have that opportunity to get Beyonce in their doors, they fucked it up. So some heads had to roll behind that.
Definitely. But I don't want it to be surface level hires.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
That's why I'm so vocal about the Gucci shit, because to me, like, when I was reading like the breakdown of it, I don't see those employees downtown a few blocks from here going to volunteer around here. Mm-hmm. I don't see that happening. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just not realistic to me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say shit like that is surface level.
That's why, like, when we was talking about the Gucci shit and how they cut their clothes, like, even down to the fashion industry, like being thick wasn't a thing in the 90s.
Yeah, they used to clown this shit, like,
in the early 2000s. Like, you know how many like crazy stories I used to see, like, on MTV about women being anorexic and shit like that because they wanted to maintain a certain size. That was the thing.
It was called hair on chic.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So, like, now you look at it now, being thick and all, that's the thing now. It's just like with the culture, bro. It's the thing now.
Everybody want thick lips. Everybody want wide hips. Everybody want ass. But only a few people were born with that naturally.
Black people.
So it's like, you know, you can buy it. You can buy it all day.
Oh, they definitely buying it.
You can buy it all day, but is it real?
Exactly. They always want to be like us, but hey, man, like Mooney said, everybody want to be a nigga until it's time to be a nigga, man.
Shout out Paul Mooney, man.
But like you were saying, with their clothing, like, they didn't cut their clothes for us.
Yeah, European cut. That's not.
And this goes back to who are in their meetings. People who look like them and identify with them. So how can you take something like ours and just have people in a meeting that don't look like us, dog? This shit don't work. For
one, like, going back to the Dapper Dan shit, dog. Mm-hmm. Like, Gucci called the feds on you in the 80s, bro.
Damn, I didn't even know that was that in depth.
It was they was trying to get him on like some counterfeit type shit, like trying to get him out of here, like you're using our prints without our consent, like, you know what I'm saying, like on some bootlegging type shit.
But I guess when they cut him the contract, that was it.
It was hey, let's make amends, guys. I see that the niggas support you, so come on, man. That's how I look at it. I don't know if any of y'all feel.
No, I'm with you.
I would never do business with nobody that called the feds on me, bro.
No, I couldn't do it because I would have to question every move thereafter. Like, I feel like you be having me under a scope.
What's the real motive that you want to do business with me now?
Yeah. I feel like you got me under a scope.
When you could have easily, like, you know, grandfathered me into y'all fashion house in the 80s.
They keep Dapper Dan in for us. Just enough. They keep him on a leash. That's exactly what it is, bro.
Much respect to his legacy and whatever, but I would never do business with anyone that called the feds on me.
That's
period.
Crazy. I didn't know that. Learn something new every day. That's definitely crazy. Oh man, let me ask you. You had title, right?
I don't got title right now. I am gonna get title soon though, but I don't have title.
You feel like we'll have more streaming services that's owned by black people, like Hov has with title?
We should. Hopefully, we should. I mean, it's something that you can hope and dream for. I hope we do. That's all I can really say about it. I do plan on getting Tidal soon though, but I mean, as far as like us having more streaming services catered to us, I hope that we do. It would only make sense for us to have our own hubs. You know what I'm saying? Like,
especially with hip hop being the biggest genre in the world.
Like I feel like like business minds like Nipsey like probably was on like the cups and shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like doing shit like that. Cause he was, before he passed, like he was real big on like his like technology investments and shit like that. So I feel like something like that was coming. So it's like, you know, as long as people stay like sharp on the business, I feel like shit like that's gonna come.
I do. That does look like something that's gonna take off, because another thing that Tidal does too is, and I don't have Tidal. That's just because of preference, and because I got Apple Music. Yeah. And I got all Ho's albums through the store anyway, so that's one reason why I really ain't got Tidal. But it caters more to the artists as far as their revenue.
Yeah, they paid.
Yo, what was that crazy shit that you sent me the other day about Pharrell?
Pharrell, the Happy song that he dropped, and that was like what, 2015, 2016. Like that shit got streamed like 2 billion times, and that was enough to go gold.
And he only got paid like how much?
Like 6 bands. That's crazy.
Dog, how much is a stream worth, man?
Obviously, have like fractions of pennies if we going off that. If that man got billions of streams and only got 6 bands,
a stream gotta be worthless. It gotta be less than a penny.
Like a quarter of a penny. Like at least. If you think about it, that shit got streamed like 2 billion times, bro.
Yeah, it's definitely less than that, because it's not even a quarter. Because even if it was a quarter, if a stream equaled a quarter, that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. So
that's a lot of money.
It's a quarter of a penny. That's what I'm saying.
God damn.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's a fraction of a penny. You gotta think, like, that's crazy.
Because all these artists who be getting like 1 million streams, and like even when Drake dropped Scorpion last year, he was the first to eclipse 1 billion for an album.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think, like,
the money's made on the tours, man. The tours and endorsements, man.
So the stream's really important at the end of the day?
If you getting paid your worth for them, hell yeah. If you're in a situation where it's like, I'm pretty sure Pharrell's not hurting for the $6,000, but I'm pretty sure he would deep down, he's probably like, damn, like, that's a lot of money that's left on the table. You know what I'm saying?
That's how
so it's like, you know, and especially like, you know, I'm gonna just take it further. Like when you got artists like Meek, who, like, you know, he just was denied, you know, the chance to perform for $500,000, you know, due to his judge. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, you kind of depend on them shows sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. Like, that's, when I read that, I was like, damn, that's wild, bruh. Like, that shit was like $6,500.
There's no way he should have been getting that.
For
Not
real.
for that song. That song broke crazy records.
For real.
And that thing was on every type of like.
It was on an Apple commercial.
Bruh, listen. Oh, and another reason why. Dog, when NFL and NBA like promo, like pregame shit be coming on, what songs we playing?
Our songs. They don't play their songs.
That's the shit I be talking about.
Do they even do like,
remember when Humble came out and how much coverage Humble got?
Oh yeah.
That was the leading song for the finals that year.
That was That was all
that
over.
was the leading song for the
and
finals.
And Mask Off. Mask Off too, Future. That was I was all over the NBA finals.
And what's the one now? J. Cole. What's the song that he just came out?
Middle Child?
Middle Child be getting played on their promo and shit now.
I mean, but that's a different game though with the with like the publishing. That's different now. See that?
Yeah, but I'm talking about in terms of the impact.
Oh yeah.
Because they know who listening.
Right. Yeah, of course. I mean,
like when NBA on NBC didn't have that shit going on.
I was about to ask you, like, when Monday Night Football come on, do they
didn't do that shit, bro?
Do they still do the country song, like the Are You Ready for Some Football? Like, do they?
I think they did, but they cut it because Dog was like, he had some controversial, like some racist type shit going on.
Oh, for real?
I remember hearing about some shit like that. I don't know if they still do the traditional Monday night song, but like even going back to that, like NBA on NBC and like when NFL used to do they didn't have these songs playing for their commercials. Yeah. They didn't have these songs playing for their commercials.
It's an array of rap music being played, man.
It's an array of exactly.
So
we didn't have a chance to talk about this, but this also happened. Jay-Z's B-side concert. How we feel about that?
It was some good moments that came from that. You had Cameron came out there.
That was good to see Hove and Cam on the same stage.
That was
man.
good to see.
Legendary shit.
Legendary. Of course, him and Nas. Who else was out there with him?
Dog, you know what would have been legendary if Hove would have spit his verse for Old Boy. Remember when Cameron said there was
he trashed that shit.
He trashed the verse.
He was like, nah, nigga, like
because he wasn't trying to fuck.
He was
with
trying
him.
to clout chase, basically.
Dog, that would have been legendary for Hove to do his Old Boy verse.
Yeah, that would have been crazy. Well, they did Welcome to New York City and all that shit though, right?
Fire, yeah.
That would have been wild. That would have been wild to see. He also got some backlash for that gentrify on hood comment though.
What happened?
They was going at Hov for that when he had the freestyle and he's basically saying gentrify your own hood before they do it. And it was like my nigga like you forget what you did to Brooklyn with Barclays.
Let's talk about that because I remember that was a big topic on the TL a few weeks back. How you feel? Do you really give Hov a kink in his armor for that?
My thing is this, man. I'm at a point now with it is like with the gentrification shit, just from like me like going to a few meetings myself, like on a local level and seeing like how far advanced this shit really is. I'm at a point with it now where it's like you gotta get in where you fit in with the shit. With that being said, don't insult my intelligence with it. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's like, all right. If you go to some of these, like me and Drew been the ones. Like if you go to some of these shit, they'll tell you a lot of this shit already been in the works 10 years, 7 years in advance. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of this shit's already in motion. All you can do is either you got to get in where you fit in with the shit. So it's like with that being said, like don't tell me to gentrify my own hood when all this shit been going on around me. You know what I'm saying? You already had your hand in them.
Okay.
You already had your hand. Exactly. You know
so by the time you go, it's already happening.
It's already
6 years
happening.
Ago.
You know what I'm saying? Like this shit been in motion.
So don't piss on me and tell me.
Don't piss on me and tell me it's raining.
Yeah.
That was my point of view on it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
do you knock the move?
Knock the move as far as what?
From New Jersey to Brooklyn, the Nets.
I feel like me personally, I feel like the Nets would have still been thriving in New Jersey. I feel like with moving into Brooklyn, all that did was displace a lot of people. You got a lot of. I'm not from there, but from seeing what a lot of people.
No, Brooklyn is definitely a lot
different.
of places is gentrified like a motherfucker.
That's what I'm saying. So when you got to think like it's more than just putting a stadium in the middle of the hood. Now you got the surrounding. All of the surrounding shit around it got to change now too. So now you got this $1 billion facility. Now you got $4,000 to $5,000 a month apartments around it now. Niggas can't afford to stay in them shit like that.
That I do agree with, as far as raising up the rent. Because remember I sent you the tweets about how
in LA
and how they
and then I was reading
basically doubling people's rent.
I was reading another thing where it was like some like the mishandling of like public housing funds in that same area went towards building like high-rise apartments. You know what I'm saying? That was supposed to be for public housing, but some way it got finessed to be like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I get what you're
it's
saying.
a lot. It's like we said how you mentioned The Wire earlier. It's a lot of shady dealings that go behind it.
A lot of promises being made across stretching a penny too far.
Exactly.
Basically.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why like when you got like a
but that's how they be paying for they shit, raising up the cost.
Somebody got to pay for it.
Somebody got to pay for it, and it always end up being us. But let me ask you this: say for example, can Charleston getting a team benefit the economy?
Where the team want to go at for one? That's what it starts at for me. Like where is this team going at? Because Charleston already kind of jacked right now. So it's like for me personally, realistically,
I'm thinking. Let's say for example, all right,
Mount Pleasant. Mount Pleasant, everything will be expensive as fuck over there already. So if it's gonna go over there, go over there.
But I'm saying, would it still? Do you think it would boost the economy?
Oh yeah, of course, because you gotta think. Like I said, everything around it gonna jump. So the money's gonna come regardless.
People coming from out of town.
People
to
coming
to
out.
see the
Yeah, I
team
think
play.
it's already old money here. That's gonna funnel into it. It's a lot of old money in Charleston niggas just don't know about or see.
So do you think when you bring in a new team and you build a new stadium like in a place like Charleston, do you feel like the cost of living should like you should get to a point where the cost of living shouldn't rise up because a sports team came here or because a new stadium came here, like Brooklyn, like when when the Nets went to Brooklyn, or like LA Rams building a new stadium and shit like that? Or do you feel like you kind of take the good with the bad? Mind you, now I don't agree with the cost of living going up, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't think it should affect. I don't think it should affect people's cost of living because at the end of the day they should still be able to live comfortably amongst everything else as well. You know what I'm saying? So,
because like even when an NFL team comes to a city, that creates a whole bunch of jobs. It's like recently with the Carolina Panthers, they just passed a bill to get the new practice facility and headquarters in Rock Hill, and that's going to bring, I forgot how many jobs that is. I can't remember exactly how many jobs that is. So at the same time, you're bringing a lot of jobs, and probably it's around that area. That's definitely going to boost the economy.
That's going to benefit them a lot. That's what I was saying. Like, where is this going to? Is it going to a place that's already
okay? So if they was to bring one into Charleston, where would you put it at?
It would have to be like out like Somerville, like Holly Hill area. A place that's already not like affected by like high cost of living. Like Mount Pleasant, like
there's a lot of land out there.
It's a lot of land out there. You know what I'm saying? I heard a few years ago it was a rumor they were supposed to put a Six Flags out there. So it's like, shit like that where it's not really like, the cost of living is already kind of cheap over there. Like it's, it's doable over there. But like if we go like the Mount Pleasant, like who is it really helping?
I get what you're saying now. Cause you got like most of the time these new stadiums be right in the heart of the city. Like the Stadium is right in downtown Charlotte.
Yeah, but like downtown Charlotte was already kind of like established. There wasn't already like a high urban like population living there. Like when you put that shit in the middle of Brooklyn, where like a lot of like
okay,
you know what I'm saying? Like
now.
when you got a lot of like public, like people that depend on public housing and shit like that.
In a particular area, you displace them.
You know what I'm saying? Like so, it's like, what do they do?
I get what you're saying now. Yeah, you make a great point about that. Because when you think of when they built that stadium there, it was just like basically like that was nothing but shopping and businesses and shit like that down there.
And then they almost gave that big ass cut to Amazon. Like that was crazy how they was moving to New York up there, bro. Like shit was wicked.
Amazon don't pay no taxes now. What more cuts do they need?
No, they was about to get like a big like grant to build like they headquarters there basically, like, and like that shit got somebody stepped on that shit, but that shit was almost gonna get like approved. I was like, damn, like them niggas filthy, bro. Shit crazy.
So you felt like Ho was contradicting in his freestyle?
Nah, I just felt like, he know better than that to not keep it all the way thorough with it. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, don't piss on me and tell me it's rain, my nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, thankful I did like take initiative and start like you really trying to see the shit for what it is. Like, if you go to these meetings, like they'll tell you to look up on the website. A lot of these developments and shit like that, they been in the works. The paperwork for these shits been turned in. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit been spoken for. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I said,
just
like
these hotels they putting up on
exactly.
Every corner.
Like a lot of these shits, like why we need what's going on in Charleston that we need all these timeshare hotels? Like that's crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just a lot going on, and it's like who's this benefiting? And then you gotta think, like, when you displace people, like, where's the culture going? Because a lot of this shit was built off the fact that you can go downtown and do certain things. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So it's like
tourism.
Who selective tourism, because like the slave, like these slave tours, them shit not getting affected. Like it's our shit that's getting affected.
Yeah, they gonna keep those.
They gonna keep them shit intact. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm speaking number facts. This is real shit.
No, that's real.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like who's it benefiting?
You definitely right. I get with you on that. Well, like that was good to see. That was good to see. Hove. We can definitely have more of an in-depth conversation about gentrification and all that shit. But it was good to see Hove on the stage with Killer Cam, man. That was a highlight of the whole shit, in my opinion.
Yeah, that was. I thought I'd never see that shit, to be real with you.
I never thought I would see that shit again.
I knew that there was.
I never thought I would see Beans and Hove on the same stage together when that happened.
I mean, with the Cam and Hove shit, I knew that it wasn't
really that
no serious beef no more.
Yeah,
but I didn't think that they would be like, niggas is like, performing together. That's crazy to me. Like that's how I know like a lot of people wasn't like, and it's not their fault. They just wasn't around when that shit was live like that. You know what I'm saying? Or you know what I'm saying? That shit was crazy to me to see that. Like I remember when you gotta love it came out. Like that was a moment. How's the king of New York wearing jeans with chancletas? You 46 years old. Like that was crazy to me.
Yeah, that was good to see that, man. That was good to see that. So speaking of power, Disney taking over basically about the killer streaming game. They just basically just took all the content from Hulu and
Netflix. They slowly getting all this shit back from Netflix too.
Oh no, they been got their shit from Netflix.
Some of the
like remember when they had the ESPN 30 for 30 on there? They took all that shit.
Some of the Marvel movies still on Netflix though. But they slowly getting all that shit off of there.
Oh yeah, because Infinity War is on Netflix. They getting all that shit.
They slowly getting that shit.
I saw what their package was, how it was gonna be. I know it's just starting, so I ain't getting too excited. Like how it could be like $69 for the year, like $6.99 a month.
How you feel about that?
I feel like it's gonna go up like Netflix over the years. Netflix started out at $8, then it got up to $9, then it got up to $10, then it bumped $2 to $12. Then it got to 14. Now it's at 7. I don't have Netflix no more.
Let me ask you a question. Do you feel like Disney gotta do that?
No, they shouldn't. They should have it at $6.99 a month. It's not like they need the fucking money.
Disney is
they own ESPN.
They print money. They print money.
If we really boil it down to it, yeah, they do.
They don't really have to gradually go up on us on a streaming service. Like
I can understand Netflix.
They make thousands of dollars a second,
bro. If you think about it, if they're gonna take all the content, if they're gonna have all these Marvel movies, all these shows,
but they also did you see how they also like they try to make it sweet? They was like it's also gonna be like tons of original content.
This is what I'm about to ask you. So is Nickelodeon a tree under Disney?
I ain't sure, bro. That's a good question.
Because if they was to even have all late content, like dog, that really be like. I remember they had Mickey. He had the glove on with all the Infinity Stones in it. Basically, like Disney taking over and over the.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's them basically collecting all this. Like,
that's crazy. And I think they just they acquired like all the X-Men and Fantastic Four and all that shit recently. So it's like Phase 4 for Marvel about to go crazy. They just got the streaming shit. They announced that it was gonna be like a few exclusive Marvel content solely for the app. So like that shit finna go crazy, dog.
All right, so Disney to end Netflix deal and launch its own streaming service. And this is dating a couple years back. This goes back to what you was just saying about shit being
a lot of shit
in
been
work.
In
this
place,
article
bro.
for 2017.
A lot of this shit been in place.
And it tends to launch service in 2019. The move is a real blow to Netflix, which secured a valuable streaming deal with Disney back in 2012. Before streaming had really taken off, the deal only kicked into effect last year, so Netflix is barely seeing any benefit here. So basically, they window for them to see green ain't really been open that long.
But you gotta think, that's why Netflix been so proactive with doing their own shit.
Yep, Disney says it plans to cut Netflix off starting with the studio's 2019 films. You know what a question I want to ask? I wonder how much Netflix had to pay Disney to distribute their content, to have their content on there. That would tell me a lot. That would tell you a lot.
That would tell me a lot. It would also let you know how cheap they got it for if Disney had
and that would explain them going up in their prices.
Yeah, because they got to pay for it some way. You got to think.
But then on top of that, you going up and you losing content.
Because they got to pay for all the original shit that they're trying to overhaul now. It all solved itself.
Exactly.
It's all solving itself.
The cover for their movies, like, and they shows. Yeah, you right. Stranger Things, gotta have it.
They always got a commercial for a new movie, a new show coming out.
Yeah. Because we all watch Bird Box. That's a Netflix original, so they gotta. Yeah, you right. You gotta pay for that.
They just did the new Black Mirror about to come out. Like all, like they.
But dog, like that's why I said I just got rid of my Netflix. Like my shit about to run out on the 29th.
Yeah, you done with it?
I'm done with it. There's no reason for me to keep it.
Right.
Like I hate this. I'm like dog, and I already got a Fire Stick. You see what I'm saying? So like, and I got Prime Video. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So then on top of that, yeah, they don't have everything Netflix. Would I miss out on some of that shit? Yeah, but it's not worth it in the long run. If Disney is gonna give me this shit for $6.99 a month, $69 a year, if I can have all the original, all ESPN 30 for 30 is gonna be on there and shit like that. What purpose is it for me to keep all these streaming services?
My nigga, I can watch Brink anytime I want to. I can watch.
They would have all the original Disney movies and all that shit.
I can watch.
Come on, man.
I can watch Paper Brigade whenever I want to. I can watch all the old Timon and Pumbas and shit, my nigga. It's lit for $6.99 a month.
Dog, let me see if I can find the Disney streaming service. Let me see if I can find exactly what. Disney Plus price, launch date, shows, and more.
But Disney ain't gonna take no L's because all the movies they rolling out in this year, like like Aladdin about to drop.
Mm-hmm.
They gonna have all the Marvels on their shit.
New Lion King, like they just
Spider-Man.
Right.
So if you think about the gap between the first Lion King or say like the last Lion King, like they got up to 3.
Yeah,
it was like 3.5 or something.
That's when they did the Timon and Pumbaa show.
So now you think about it, like all throughout the years. Now you looking at it, them dropping this year. It's gonna run for another 20 years before they have to do something else again.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
that's how they set themselves up. That's why I say all this
shit
just been in place, bro.
They took over Hulu. I don't have a Hulu account, but they took them.
Because Hulu was partnered with Showtime.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
They was partnered with Showtime and Spotify.
Yeah, so here it is, and this I can back this up now. So, it's starting at the low price of $6.99 per month or $69 per year. That's especially competitive as Netflix has hiked the price for a standard package from $10.99. Netflix also offers other tiers starting at $8.99, and that $8.99 package is trash. You don't get no HD. It's all standard. Facts, and you only can watch on 2. Like you can only log into 2 devices.
And man, thank God I got a little left where I can get a login here and there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna lie. That's how I'm thugging Netflix. People love me.
All right, so at launch, Disney Plus will feature non-exclusive shows, which with more on the way. Disney got a lot of marquee names on the board. That list begins with Loki, a new MCU TV show starring Tom Hiddleston.
Loki getting his own show.
We'll also get a live-action Star Wars series starring Diego Luna as Cassian Andor and Alan Tudyk. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Remember when Cap and Iron Man were trying to say the Time Stone? Yeah, all these shows, man, they about to be killing the game, man.
But the thing about it, they know they got people because it's all shit that people want to see. Like it's not like Endgame came out 10 years ago and niggas is like, oh, you know, all these shows are like
a Mighty Duck show is under
exactly
consideration.
What I'm saying, like they
got
this shit. They got this shit to where it's like you gotta come fuck with us.
Dog, I'm getting that shit.
See,
I'm getting that shit. They're gonna have every fucking movie, all these new Mighty Ducks series. Come on, fam.
All you did was replace Netflix with Disney.
You're gonna have all the original Disney movies you used to watch as kids, like Hounded, like you said, Brink. That's crazy. I'm interested to see if Nickelodeon's gonna be in a package though. That's the only thing. Cause I remember a time where Netflix had Nickelodeon shows on their shit. That's why I was asking, is that something that was a part of Disney that they
niggas
took it
forget
off?
Hey Arnold was on Netflix.
Hey Arnold was on Netflix. Rugrats was on Netflix. Wild Thornberrys was on Netflix. They had all of that shit on there. They definitely did. Is Disney pulling Marvel shows from Netflix? Bruh, this ain't really off topic. I understand the slander that Luke Cage got. That was a good fucking TV series, bruh.
Well, they was
fuck with that shit, man.
They was saying that he was reaching with some of the jokes because they had This is when they had Luke do the dab and all that shit. And I was like, man, he corny.
Come on, man. That's one moment out of like.
That's what I'm saying. Like it was
they
like
had a whole bunch of moments.
It was
on that
like
show,
little
man.
shit like that. It was nitpicking that, but I fuck with Luke Cage.
And
they canceled a lot of those.
The majority of the cast was black too.
Yeah, they canceled a lot of those Marvel shows on Netflix though. But maybe that's why. Maybe they canceled that shit because the Disney shit probably gonna rebrand all them shit.
No, they need to bring back because they need to do a third season because we don't know what the fuck is gonna happen to him. Remember he got sent to jail?
Yeah.
At the end of the second season?
They got to bring them.
So they got to bring Luke Cage back.
They got to bring back Punisher and Daredevil. They got to bring them back.
That shit on dog. We got to keep shows like that alive, bro. When you have a majority of a black cast and a superhero like that, like Luke Cage needs to be in rotation, bro.
Listen, man, Disney seeing how we came off of Black Panther. They going if they can squeeze a Luke
I'm hearing
Cage,
his movie's supposed to come out next year.
Yeah, it is. If they can squeeze a Luke Cage on a $6.99 a month app and know that it's gonna bring us to buy that shit, they gonna do it.
Over under $15 a month cap for Disney streaming service eventually. $15.
I honestly wouldn't have a problem with that. I feel you get your bang for your buck. Me personally,
yeah, because I'm not paying $17 for Netflix shit.
I
bro.
grew up on all of that shit. Like, I know I'm gonna watch all that shit. I'm gonna put my child on all that shit. So it's
do you
like,
think it caps 20?
Nah. Oh, if it do cap 20, that's when I gotta go back to the login love
movie channel.
Yeah, I gotta get on my Drew.
Because I'm trying to understand because that $6.99 don't seem like it's gonna last long, bro. It don't see $6.99 a month, especially when a lot of people get on that shit.
But that's why I say like
they shouldn't have to raise it.
That's why I asked. I said, do Disney really gotta go over $6.99 a month? Like, be real. Like that's why I say these niggas print their own money basically. So it's like, do they really have to do that, or they just play the numbers game? How much subscribers did they get? Because they don't really have to chase the $15.
They don't need the money.
They don't. That's what I'm saying.
They gonna get the money regardless. People gonna get it.
I feel like they should just play the subscription game. We're gonna kill everybody else with our own shit. They don't gotta chase the $15
a lot of people
a month.
is gonna leave Netflix when they touch down.
Yeah.
Just based off the ESPN shit alone,
they gonna have to shut down. They gonna have to shut down.
Losing a lot
they
of
gonna have to shut down. Netflix gonna have to close shop eventually.
They're gonna have to keep up rolling Netflix original films.
But yeah, but they going up though.
I understand that, but that's the only way they're gonna stay in the game because people think about like Netflix original series of maybe 2-3 seasons. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That you've already seen.
All right, so let me ask you this: you as a customer, would you sacrifice? All right, so would you be willing to pay just for the sake of the content and have Disney streaming service?
Well, see, I got the free movie channel, so
But I'm just asking if you was a customer.
If I was a customer, then depending on what I need from Disney, you know what I'm saying? Like if Disney has something that I know I need, because they're gonna roll out that 1 month free. You already know. So after that first month, then I'm going to kind of know like, all right.
But the only reason why I say I'm gonna get it because I'm interested to see where the $6.99 is gonna jump to.
Right.
That's the only reason why I'm saying that.
Yeah, because
I'd rather because I'm the type of person like I got Amazon Prime, but I pay it 1 year.
Yeah.
So I don't do that per month shit.
Yeah.
I don't do that.
See, like with Sling, that streaming service.
I had Sling. I got rid of that shit.
Okay, so they got different packages. So it's like the
Yeah.
orange package, the blue package. See, like I see Disney might doing something like that also. Like you'll get like the basic, like maybe like the Mickey Mouse Playhouse or whatever.
Like the toddler version.
The toddler version.
And then like you'll get like
like how Netflix do for kids.
Yeah.
Kids. Okay. Yeah.
See, I see it's gonna be like waves or packages that way. That's how they're gonna get their money. As far as like, yeah, it's gonna start at $6.99, but you're gonna be limited of $6.99.
I know they're gonna get all the sports fans because all the ESPN 30 for 30 gonna be on there.
Yeah.
Plus the new, even when they do the new ones, that's gonna automatically be on there.
They can kill them even deeper. They can just start like the wild world of sports and all that shit. They can just stream all that shit solely on the app.
Damn, you could probably have ESPN Watch on that bitch.
Exactly.
I didn't even think about that.
That'd be an add-on.
Yeah, cause that's who owns them.
Yeah.
They
a lot of people don't know that. Yeah, the ESPN is owned by Disney.
Yeah.
So
and see, if you even think about wrestling has its own network now too.
Yeah, WWE Network.
Yeah, so it's like it has its
they're
own
not
channel.
under any.
No, they're not under USA,
yeah,
TBS.
Vince ain't playing that with them boys.
All that shit is gone
Vince
now. You know what I mean? Because they was with.
They got a lifetime deal with USA and all that shit.
Yeah.
But if you want to go back and watch like all of the old content, you got to get the app.
Yeah.
You got to get that shit.
Oh, okay. So then you can't stream WWE through no other type
I
of.
mean, it's possible, but if
And
you
that-
want a surefire way to watch it, you gotta get the WWE Network app.
You remember, like, back in the day, they'll have, like, oh, yeah, leading up to pay-per-view events, it'll be like, all right, so switch over the channel, whatever, to stream pay-per-view, like SummerSlam or whatever. They'll show you the preview up, like, they'll show you the people heading out to the match, but then they'll click you off or go to something completely different. If you have pay-per-view, then you'll be able to watch it.
Be able to watch it.
Now all their stuff is streaming straight through their network. I don't even think they're going through the pay-per-view route anymore. I think everything is strictly on WWE.
You know what?
It
You're
is.
right, because even with rap battles now, Smack done transitioned to his shit to his own website. So like before, you said to get on pay-per-view to watch the battles, you go to Watch Battle Live now, and you gotta have an account with them to watch the battles.
This is why I said earlier.
I'm not mad at Smack for that though.
This is where this shit is going. Like this when Dame said this shit a few years ago, niggas was clowning him, but this is exactly what's happening. Like when Dame was like, "Yo, I'm streaming all my shit on my own shit," and it was like, "You sure you want to do that?" He was like, "Yeah." Now look what's being announced like right now. Everything is going through. Everybody monopolizing on their own shit.
Bro, Disney really got all the Infinity Stones to this shit. If you really think about it. Like, that shit is going to be crazy. But I think Drew right. They might be doing a different type of package type shit. Like
I wouldn't be surprised at that.
They might do it. They might roll it out like that.
Even though Disney don't have to do that because they really do have the money.
They got the money, bro.
They got the money. But
I would love for them to say at $6.99.
And see, that's the
a lot
thing.
a year.
To look at it like that, Mike, is it makes sense to do that because honestly, this day and age is like the cheaper the better, kind of. You know what I mean? Like McDonald's now doing 2 for $5, and like the competition, how everything.
Right.
McDonald's don't need the money.
Yeah, they don't.
Yeah.
But also look at 10-piece nuggets, dog. You know how much 10-piece nuggets was growing up, dog?
It
Now
was
it's-
higher.
Yeah, so now it's $149 for 10-piece nuggets. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
I mean,
Like,
it's raccoon,
yeah,
but
like it is bullshit,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
but cheaper is kind of like it's going to get you that money in the long run because Burger King probably don't need it either. They've closed several.
But you know,
stores now.
and I'm glad you said that because you know what else is too? Everybody's running to Amazon when it comes to buying shit.
Facts.
Like, no bullshit. I drink Core Power protein drink, and I got on Amazon the other day, and I was in the store. I'm like, why the fuck would I pay this in store when I could get this off Amazon for this?
I just read some shit where they was saying Amazon looking to buy DoorDash. So like that's their next shit.
Oh,
Like,
man.
they
I only
could-
use Uber Eats.
But I mean, Uber Eats is own entity though. Like
Yeah.
they're not going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? And they just want public.
So DoorDash is basically like Uber Eats.
Yeah, this
Basically,
is
in a
it can be
sense,
bought.
Yeah.
They not as heavy as Uber because
Okay.
Uber was built off the back. Uber Eats was built off the back of Uber.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? DoorDash is just a replica. It's a replica of Uber Eats.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
everything is the great value brand.
Yeah,
like,
you know what I'm
of
saying?
everything.
Oh, okay.
So
You
now
got the
Amazon
original-
looking at this shit like, oh, that's just another lane we can just put our name on and make more money off.
Grubhub, the same thing.
Yeah.
It's all operated the same way, and also they're also like back sites. So to down, like if you want to be a delivery driver for DoorDash, you have to do like a kind of like a secret download of downloading this app versus going to your market, finding it. Like you have to go to a website, then install.
Damn, they
it
gotta
to
know
your phone.
somebody that knows somebody. to
Basically,
find these shit,
yeah,
like-
yeah. Like it ain't like how you can go to your phone right now, download Uber
Instantly.
driver or any of that, and instantly get it. You know what I mean? You have to do all these backsides, make sure your phone has a certain setting in order to download it. So it's not A1 yet, so it can be bought. So I'm not surprised. Like all these new McDonald's are partnered with Uber, so Uber paying to rebuild all these new McDonald's.
I've been seeing a lot of
Yeah,
construction.
with all the touchscreen TVs and stuff. Well, order now. You order from
Like
like a big
I was
ass
telling
tablet.
Mo about this the other day. They be having the towers in there.
Yeah.
Now, so
So-
you could just walk up and just boom,
And you
boom,
don't even
boom.
have to deal with
Hey,
nobody.
you know what's crazy?
Yeah,
Somebody
they
told
moving
me-
people out, man.
You know, somebody told me about Uber the other. They said that Uber, they got in certain cities they leasing niggas cars if you work solely for Uber.
Yeah, yeah. It's going down. Same.
That's
it's real.
wild, bro.
Nah, it's facts though. But see, and this is the thing. Uber's
So you
getting
could
so
you could get a
big.
check from Uber for them leasing your shit.
Yeah. Yeah. And see, Uber's getting so big, and also they just had a strike for higher pay for Ubers and Lyfts, I believe. They were like, yeah, everybody's striking, nobody was logging on, and all this other stuff in major cities. and
Bullshit.
shit. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, they've been throwing them tips left and right, brother. But it
You
was
you
like-
you would Lyft or Uber?
I do both.
Okay.
I do both. But
Do you feel like the pay is fair? Is fair?
Honestly, the best right now out is Uber Eats. I mean, because of the money that you're gonna make, the time that's spent, and also just dealing with bullshit. You don't gotta deal.
So
with
I bought off Uber Eats before. So break it down for me. So say for example, I order something like my total payout is like $27.
Okay.
How much of that would you see?
It depends if it's surging or not. It depends on how long it takes me to get there. Like all that factors into what I get
What
paid.
you get.
Yeah.
And I always tip $6, by the way.
And see, that's the beauty of it. You know what I'm saying? Some people will tip you.
I think it's like 2, 4, and 6.
Cash. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, and it's good because you get to ride to yourself. Or if you got a lady or you got a homeboy that want to ride with you, pause. You can hop in the car and y'all can kick it and you go make money. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the beauty of it versus like Lyft or the driver's side. It's just kind of like you dealing with strangers and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't. That's the only thing, like dealing with drunk people throwing up in my car and all that stuff. Like I know it's a cleaning fee and all that, but I'm not trying to smell nobody's shit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You
still
still got to clean that shit. Yeah, you still got to clean that shit.
I feel I'm gonna get paid for it, but the work that I'm gonna have to do, and I might throw up too.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
so you do feel like Uber should be compensating better?
Oh no, definitely.
Okay.
It's like some nights you got to get out there and get it. You know what I mean? Like it ain't just gonna come to you. You know what I mean? So it takes a lot of wear and tear on your car also. So if you ain't making over 100 a day doing Uber,
you wasting.
Yeah, it's a waste. What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? So, but the good thing about it is if you got a car with good gas mileage and stuff like that, throw $10 in to make like $100 off $10. You know what I'm saying? Like that's simple. It's easy. You know what I mean? But you just got to put the work in and the time in. Really.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you.
But I think. Back to what I was saying, like it's wild to see how big Uber is about to really get because if they're in partner with McDonald's, because if you go to McDonald's, you will see on the sign it says McDelivery / Uber Eats because all the new ones that you see with those touchscreen tablets and stuff, Uber paid for all of that. It's still the bullshit service that McDonald's still provides you. The ratchet ass servers and stuff, and they cursing each other out. It's still that same McDonald's.
It's just that it's more automated now. That's what other jobs going at too.
Exactly.
Like everything that's slowly happening. It's kind of telling you what's about to go on the next 10 to 15 years.
Most definitely.
That's just what it is. Like. So yeah, man. I'm reading this tweet that says, during the interview with Monique, Steve Harvey really went into overcoon mode and low key broke the oath. Listen to what he was telling her. Now he losing all his jobs.
I forgot about that.
I just was scrolling through Twitter and I saw that. We can continue.
I forgot about how he got dropped from a few of his shows and shit like that.
Damn, it's gonna be crazy. Did he really lose Family Feud?
Yes, he did.
Oh, he lost Family Feud. It was another show that he lost.
Oh, like almost what it was 99.7 in the mornings and stuff like that.
He lost that too.
I believe. I want to.
You sure he lost Family Feud?
He didn't lose that. But he lost Family Feud.
He lost another show.
He lost the Steve Harvey show.
No, it wasn't just Steve Harvey.
The talk show.
Yeah, it wasn't that though. It was another one, but it wasn't Family Feud. It was something else.
To Kelly something.
He lost it to another lady.
Yeah, a lady. Yeah. They got that nigga out the
They took the seat
so
from
damn
him.
So they announced that he not gonna be on Family Feud.
I want to say, don't fact check me on that. Let me look that up though.
Okay.
But yeah, y'all keep it going.
Hey, but I mean, at least they still show Steve Harvey show on BET. He'll be all right.
He'll still get a check for that.
I mean, I don't know if it's a big check, but he'll get something. So what else we on, man? We talking about Ayesha Curry. You really want to talk about Ayesha Curry?
No, not really.
All right, so white people not watching. That was on the list. So.
Yeah, so this has been this trend going. This topic running on Twitter about how I don't know why this shit came up. This became a serious debate about how white people asking about, do y'all really wash y'all leg in the shower?
And with wash rags. With
wash
that
rags.
That too.
Yeah.
I saw that too. I was like, yo, y'all not using wash rags?
They don't use wash
rags
rags
is old. I use loofahs, but y'all don't use wash rags? Like, that's
definitely
crazy.
use me a wash rag.
For my face and shit like that, that's essential, but what y'all just rubbing the soap on with their bare hand? Is that what they saying? How do you do it?
They tripping.
I'm lost. Is that how they saying they like apply soap to themselves?
That part I don't know, but I do know they said that they don't wash their leg in the shower because their theory is
This water just runs down.
the water and soap just runs down
That's
your leg.
nasty. That's the
nasty
nastiest shit I ever heard in my life.
And if you rub your when you're in the shower, like if you rub against your skin, you can feel the difference between if you really wash it because it would get kind of like I don't know how to describe, but you can feel the difference.
When you are walking, you lose dead skin cells. So I would assume that you need to wash your legs every day. So like this,
I definitely scrubbing my leg in the shower, fam.
So just letting water run down your legs. That just sounds gross.
Yeah, it is. It's basically like you.
So you not washing the lower half of your body?
It's basically like you getting in the shower and getting out without no soap. That's basically what that is.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Back on that, Steve Harvey says he's likely to be fired from Family Feud. So the spiral, is continued to spiral down for Steve Harvey.
Yo, wasn't this nigga just tell us that rich people don't sleep and all this other shit? And by the time you wake up, they done made decisions with your money and all this other shit in the stock market and all this bullshit. And there was plenty of rich people. It's plenty of interviews with Bill Gates saying how that nigga do not work overtime and all this other shit.
First of all, every rich person definitely is not doing what Steve Harvey's doing. That's number one.
You forget you black. You got to do that.
Number two, you can definitely sleep and become rich. Yeah, I know it's coming from me. I ain't the richest motherfucker in the world, but I've seen examples of people who don't have to lose out on sleep in order to become financially stable. So yeah, you can. I think that's more of a preference. It's not.
That's
a necessity.
crazy that a black man in his mid age is telling us to do that when he got the highest risk of dying, like prematurely. This is like telling us to
sleep
skip.
is very essential.
Like that's crazy.
You
bro.
need to sleep, fam. I'm getting my 8 hours of sleep a day. I don't know what the rest of y'all doing.
I don't know about y'all, but certain nights I be dressed like I'm only in town for one night only, and I need my beauty rest. So, like you said, my 8 hours is essential. Rest is essential, and I can't listen to Steve Harvey. I just can't. I'm not feeling what that nigga got to talk about. So maybe he do need to get pulled off certain streams of information of informing people this shit because that shit dangerous. When you watch the doctors, they not telling you to skip out on TV. I mean, to skip out on sleep. With Dr. Oz and all them, boy, they not telling you to miss sleep.
It's essential.
There's a lot of crazy shit going on. Not sleeping, not washing legs. Like, what the fuck is going on?
That not washing legs shit is crazy because that shit is crazy. Like,
but it's so crazy. This like I even heard like
crazy, bruh.
Like white people don't wash every day. That's what I used to hear.
I was seeing that on the TL too.
I was seeing that on the TL, like how they wash like every other day, or they feel like they don't have to wash every day. And I'm like, nigga, that's
who do you
crazy.
Who do you think you
like,
are?
I have to wash at least twice a day.
Who do you think you are to where you feel like you don't have to wash every day?
To add to that, guess what I saw yesterday? So Lamar Odom said that there was times where Chloe didn't wash for days. So then I said, okay, it makes sense now why she keeps going from one person to another person. Nobody wants to deal with no stink punani, bruh. Period. Nobody wants to deal with no stink punani. You will not wash it on days. Mind you now, these are Lamar Odom's words. These are not mine. So now everything is starting to come.
Imagine Lamar Odom coming off from a road trip. He done played 6 straight games on the road. He's like, I'm about to lay with my lady. She smelled like he just came off the court.
She's like, he just came off the court.
Like, that's what I'm saying.
That's crazy.
She smelled like he just came off the court. He probably, man, I'm going to cheat right now, man.
I would hope to think that's not true, man.
Baby, I'm going to get some chicken. I'll be back. That nigga he at the Bunny Ranch.
Fam, if you're not washing every day, you a different type of human being, bro, period.
Man, Lamar Odom probably saw her in the same outfit.
When he left.
Yes. Came back and she in that same fit. Bro.
Nah, fam.
He probably was on FaceTime with her. I can't see what she got off.
And more so with a woman because y'all have y'all discharge and you have your periods and shit like that. Y'all need to be washing.
Oh, my God.
Like, facts. Facts. What are we talking about?
Dog, nah, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Like you said, Mike, sometimes niggas need to wash twice a day just based off the humidity levels. So you're not going to tell me you feel like you don't have to wash off every day because that is bullshit.
It really is. But, like, I've heard that running theme about white people that they don't wash every day. Like, they wash, like, every
I
other
saw
day
someone
type shit.
tweet that there was like a white person was complaining about how they had itchy skin, and this dude, he's black, of course. He was like,
oh yeah, they say that. Yeah, that's
he
another
told
thing.
him
They say
like,
they
you
don't
know,
wash.
just start using lotion. He was like, just start using lotion. He was like, yo, the dude came up to him like a week later. He was like, yo, I started using lotion just once a day, and automatically my skin started to improve. And I was like,
So they getting out the shower and not putting nothing on their skin.
Nope.
like your skin is your biggest organ, bruh.
Bruh, your skin dries out when you get out the shower. You gotta put on fucking lotion, cream, something. What the fuck is going on, bro?
Bro, shake off and go.
Hell no. Tripping.
All right, man.
Then another thing I heard was like they don't wash every day because it's bad for your skin. And I was like,
who says who?
Wash it
Who
too
raised
much.
y'all?
Says who?
Hey man, this skin right here is damn near immaculate. So,
Says who?
I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about.
Hey man, that's crazy to me, man. Hold on, Mike. I got some. While we was talking and had all these great conversations, I tweeted that I wanted some questions asked to us, Mike. So I'm gonna take a few questions that were asked to us. I hashtag Ask the Messengers. And you know, the first guy who came in is my dog Kurt, aka Humble Slim. He asked Mike why he always reacting.
Reacting to what?
I don't know. I'm gonna tweet him right now. Who would react to what?
Tell him I said that. Because honestly, bro, I just recently said I'm not going to be arguing with nobody no more.
All right, while we wait for that,
Debating.
while we're waiting on that, a friend of the show. Well, everybody who's tweeting is a friend of the show. I'm not even going to exclude nobody. My boy Scotty McFly, he got a slew of questions. He has 2 tweets worth of questions, but I'm gonna read one. He said the first group of questions: what's the best chicken spot? The 10 best NBA athletes. Who got the better jump shot out of me and you? The best colognes in the top 20 Mortal Kombat characters. That's a lot of characters, but we're going to scale that down to probably 5, my nigga. So, you want to get into that?
So what was the first one?
The best chicken spot.
In the world, Craig, or in Charleston?
I guess, period.
Best chicken spot? I don't know. I'd probably say Popeyes.
I wouldn't argue Popeyes. Chinese chicken still undefeated to me. I don't know what they put in that batter, but that shit is fire every time.
Motherfuckers saying that's cats and dogs.
Woof! God damn it! Hey, how Pop said, first of the month, you ain't got rent. You don't got to worry about catching the dog. You got to worry about the dog catching your ass. So next question. Top 10 NBA athletes. I'm gonna scale that down to 5. Me personally, of course, Braun, MJ, Shaq.
Oh, this is all time.
I guess he's just saying top 10 best NBA athletes, like pure athletes. After that, I'm gonna go with like VC.
Yeah. Jordan, Shaq, VC,
T-Mac.
yeah, T-Mac,
Kobe.
Kobe.
That's about
D
5.
Rose, Russell.
D Rose, Russell. I mean, you can go on and on with that. Who got the better jumper, Mike? Is your shit broke?
No, that shit definitely better than yours.
Hey man, we gotta get back on the court, man. All right, top 10 colognes. I ain't gonna lie, Scott.
I'm not really big on the cologne game, but I do fuck with YSL and that Aventus.
Okay.
That
okay.
Yeah. That shit
I mean,
is kind
me
of
personally,
fire.
I like. I'm still fucking with this. I got this Ferragamo. What this shit called, man? Infermo or some shit like that. That was a gift to me. Gucci Guilty ain't never did me wrong.
I gotta try that Gucci Guilty. I hear that's very popular.
Dior Sauvage, that's pretty cool. Top 10 20 Mortal Kombat characters. I don't think we got enough time to scale that down to my personal 3. Baraka is in my top 3. If you play MK11, my homeboy had me on MK11, even though I've been getting dusted, so I'm gonna go with Baraka. Johnny Cage, his fatalities on a new one fire. And I gotta go classic. I'm gonna go with Luke Cage. That's it for Scotty. So hold on, man.
I saw another one. Interested to hear what y'all think about the state of R&B or female rap. I feel like with the female R&B rap game, I feel like it's, how can I say this? It's good to see a lot of female artists out here. I mean, but I feel like the road to the female, to being a female rapper is kind of like saturated. Like
as far as what?
As far as like the come up, the story.
What do you mean?
Like the stripper turn rapper.
I mean, we've only seen that really with Cardi, really.
You got Chinese Kitty. You got
Oh yeah, they was like bartenders and shit like that. But they're not popping like that though. Like
that's what I'm saying. And it's like if you want to, if I can say this, I like the way I think the female rap game is at its best where it's been at in years. Because there was a time where it was just Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, I feel like
and Nicki was like really taking home the award every single year. And I feel like now,
the tide's changing.
The level is the playing field.
Like I'll say this, I'm gonna speak for R&B too. It's strong as hell right now. You got Ari Lennox. I was told to listen to Ari Lennox. I listened to half her album already. I don't want to give a full review until I listen to the whole thing, but I've been fucking with Ari. She's dope. Ella May dope. She snapped. You got Janae Cool. She snapping hard. She just dropped that freestyle. These girls is coming. They going harder than male R&B. Mm-hmm. I'll say that without a doubt.
Big facts.
Big facts. No cap. I will say that. So I'll say
R&B is getting a lot better actually.
I'll say as far as like the female rise within R&B and rap, it's in very good hands.
Yeah.
You got
Ari Lennox album is real good.
You got Meg doing her thing, and I want people to do this, man. Stop trying to make it seem like we're over sexualizing her, because you can't have it both ways. You can't want to be independent with your sexuality, and then when niggas fuck with her because she's got a crazy sex appeal. This was without like she's a natural woman. You know what I'm saying? She got that girl next door appeal, but she got like that. You ever seen like the finest girl in the hood? She got that swag, you know what I'm saying? You can't get mad at her when she's taking full advantage of that and you trying to make it seem like we're over sexualizing her. She just using what she got to get to what she want. Yeah. And we want her to do that, my nigga. Like we've been under a Nicki Minaj umbrella for the last 10 years.
10 years.
So
yeah, please get us out from under this.
And another thing, I saw a tweet the other day, and I don't want people to ask this question and start running with it. Is Meg the new Cardi? No, Cardi is Cardi. Meg is Meg.
Cardi, Meg is Meg.
Y'all did the same thing with Nicki and Cardi. Is Cardi the new Nicki?
That's how y'all started the stupid shit.
That's like, how y'all started the stupid shit. Nicki is Nicki. Cardi is Cardi. Stop. I hate comparing. And that goes with any level. Like I hate. Is this the new?
Like, we coming into a new time now. You don't gotta pit these women against each other. Like,
yeah,
that shit is corny.
Do y'all think like the city girls? Now, I was,
to be honest with you, I'm not really informed on them. I really haven't listened to their music like that.
Okay.
So I can't. Yeah. Mo could probably answer this.
I just want to know: is it acceptable for guys to be riding down the street bumping city girls? Like,
I'll say this. This is what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say this because shout out my dog Will Damn Jesse, because niggas be trying to do too much. I'm gonna say this. It's no problem with doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's a problem where you trying to, like, when niggas, like, all right, like, say, like, you ask that question on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Is is it okay for men to do that? I mean, that's just a general question that you're asking. It's corny when you got niggas that try to like quote your tweet and be like, well, yes, women can do whatever they want to, so men can, like, trying to like fish for retweets and shit like that, trying to go viral off you. That's not gonna get you the pussy, bro. It's not. You know what I'm saying? Niggas can ask these questions, valid questions. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's for you, vibe out to it, but you don't gotta try to push that shit on everybody else. Cause at the end of the day, I got no problem with city girls, but I'm not reciting act up word for word.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's cool. I like seeing the girls turn to that shit. That's their shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's just not, I'm not about to be vibing to that shit word for word.
Yeah.
I like seeing the girls rap that shit. Like, that's y'all shit.
Do it up. Do it up, man.
Do it up.
Yeah. But see, I was,
they ain't rapping big pimping word for word.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
That's all shit.
See, like, I saw like a guy riding down, and we was in traffic or whatever, but yeah, he might have some tins or something in there knocking.
He wanted to roll the windows down and let it in.
It had city girls bumping. He by himself, so I'm like,
we in a different time, Drew.
I feel that. That's why I had to ask the question.
You gotta think now. We in a different time, and a lot of people not cut the same. I'm gonna just keep it at that.
Because I know when it comes on satellite radio, for me, I'm like, okay,
all right, it's
next.
cool. It's cool. Like, you know.
Yeah. Like, if no shorties in my car, I'm gonna quietly say next. Quick
And
fast.
then you gotta think a lot of the girls not really listen to that shit unless they in the environment that entails for city girls.
Yeah.
Like the act up challenge. I haven't seen nothing but niggas in a room like rapping that's real ass bitch, and it's nothing but a room full of niggas.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's for you,
do you?
you know, I'm gonna preface it like that, but nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah. No, it's so crazy because I was in John King one night, and you know, of course, they let me run the
yeah.
music and
We
stuff,
left out.
Yeah, so it was so, you know, some little Thai mains in there, man. They was hyped in charge, so I was like, yo, I'm about to gas them, right? This probably been like 140, 145. So you know it's like last call or whatever.
Right.
Man, I put act up on him, man. Those shorties hop up on the bar, bro. Like, yeah, the bartenders were so shitting at me because, of course, it's the end of the night and they ready to go. But that's the mood, though.
Right.
Like, it's a switch that turn on certain females. You already know. You turn that song on. It gotta be it, but you gotta be in that right place. I feel that though. Like,
hey man, I mean, cut you off, Drew. Like,
no,
since we on music, man, like me and Mike, we was, whenever like we hear like Swag Surf, if it's individual, we'd be like, hey dog, Swag Surf been out for 10 fucking years. That's just like it's a generational song. Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like what's the next generational song like to where we know like 10 years from now, niggas still gonna be rapping it. Like, we still bump Mr. Big's Time to Go to Trial. Like, that song not going nowhere.
Ever.
Like Swag Surf, that, like we said, came out 07, 08? 09?
Yeah.
10 years now, you know what I'm saying? Like,
so it would have had to been a song like
from this year or last year. You know what I'm saying?
That shit on, yeah. It would have to be.
Like, what is that song?
There is none. Well, of course, Roy.
Are we not?
You know,
I mean, yeah, like shit
Roy
like that. No, I feel how I feel about Roy, but that song not going nowhere. Like,
you had like because you had like Back That Ass Up. That was 99. Then you had Swag Surfing.
Scotty's Calling Me, like all of that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's the new song from this era that's going to be played like in 2030?
Ooh, that's good. I'm trying to think.
Damn, that's a good question. That's a very good question.
Because we would have known kind of.
Probably Migos. The song, what was the song that the white people was killing that shit too?
Oh, Bad and Bougie?
Probably.
Oh yeah, that's not going nowhere.
But it's not like that doesn't get the crowd hype. Like, I'm thinking of like wedding songs, like
like
Swag Surf has
Swag
Surf is
through weddings.
They
right
play
now.
that shit at
movie
premieres, football games, baseball games, weddings, prep rallies, everywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
so it had to be like a dance type song.
Yeah. Not even just something to get people up. Oh, Mo Bamba. Oh, that has the energy left. Because I don't really see niggas jump out to it like how they used to.
I know because
I can't say
like,
Mo Bamba.
Like,
I like Mo Bamba, but nah.
I know we black out when that shit come on. So that's the only song I can really say that gets me hype up.
Rough Riders anthem still go crazy.
DMX got a few songs like that though.
Shit.
You saw him at Coachella?
I'm at Rolling Loud.
I mean, yeah.
Like, for him to be where he's at in life right now and still be able to have that type of crowd control, that you know that nigga's a legend, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that song, that, what is that, Party Up or Wildin', whatever that song called? Like, a lot of them kids, those are kids in that crowd. They was like 1 year old, 2 years old when that song came out. You know what I'm saying? For them to give that song that type of energy in 2019, and DMX is what, like in his mid 40s, late 40s? That's amazing.
Nah, it is. But you think about it, Who Let the Dogs Out still running. It's been running for over 20 years. Yeah. Hockey got that.
No, I'm saying, like, what's a song that came out recently like that? Like a mega song? Like,
I don't know. There's no, I don't
like
really,
Beyonce ain't gave us that?
I can't really think of it.
I'm not part of the Hive. I couldn't tell you. But
hey, Hive members, tap in, man. What's like the song that Beyonce dropped that we're gonna be playing 20 years from now, without a doubt? Anybody, not even just the Hive exclusive, like anybody. I need to know. So tap in. Anybody, please.
That get you hype? I can't really think.
but see,
I can't really think.
all right. So Lamar, what's getting people's shoe stepped on? What song getting niggas shoe stepped on?
Aga Donkey by OG. That's a local song.
Right. All right. But on the mainstream, none.
Ain't really no songs that moving niggas like that.
Like Mo Bamba was the only one I could say like that really was having niggas up and dumbing.
But they ain't playing Mo Bamba in Lamar Lounge.
That's crazy.
They not. I mean, I be in Lamar. They don't play Mo Bamba.
Okay.
No offense to Shake West, he just ain't made it to Lamar.
But that's what I'm saying. Like because of, I mean, you see how all the videos that went viral, pretty much the people dubbing
right.
floors. Actually, Clemson, when the floor collapsed, that's what put the song on.
What
Mo
Bamba?
That was Mo Bamba.
Yeah, when that whole floor collapsed.
Nah, niggas do fuck with that song now.
Yeah.
Niggas do fuck with that song.
But I feel like that
this Rolling Loud set was crazy too.
Yeah. And see, I feel like that song is gonna be the next song that goes into like baseball and to hockey games and stuff.
That shit been on 2K. That shit been on. I think it was on Madden this year too, if I'm mistaken.
White folks still go crazy for it though.
I can't even think. I don't even think Drake got one that would.
Of course not.
Transition.
Hey guys.
I'm a chill.
But yeah, man. Like, if anybody got the answer to that, our ears always open, man. That's all. I just want to know. I mean, there's no wrong answer.
Oh, March Madness.
How the fuck we forget March Madness?
March Madness.
Good one. Yeah.
That one. That
was
song
2015.
Yeah, that was everywhere that year.
Yeah, that song's gonna last.
Yeah, that song. Yeah, they still play that at weddings and shit too. You right. That song you play everywhere.
March Madness. Mm-hmm.
That's a song they play in Lamar, and I mean, they play it to what let you know it's almost time to go home, but niggas are still in unison when that song come on.
Meek Mill.
That too. Intro.
Okay.
Well, that's two for sure.
Yeah.
Intro. Mm-hmm.
Meek gonna still be performing that at a Las Vegas residency in like 10 years.
Big facts. That's still gonna have the same energy because when that beat drop, niggas go crazy.
And everybody know that shit word for word.
Yeah. That was a good one right there. That was a very good question though. Very good question.
Yeah, because I thought about that when I saw DMX Rolling Loud, so I was like, damn, like what song from this era like would still get niggas hype like 2030, 2040? You know what I'm saying? Cause like as far as that sound, that shit right there.
Yeah. You can't duplicate DMX. That's the thing.
I mean, 97, 98, he had his hand on the rap game, like
Tank tops and Timbs. Like nigga was dumbing, bro. In and out of jail.
Mm-hmm.
Like
when he dropped 2 albums in 1 year, both of them showing went platinum, like crazy.
98, sure did. And I'm not really a big DMX fan, but I recognize him for that.
And then he was in the movie game also.
Yeah, he hit the movie game early too.
Yeah, really trash.
All his.
We're not doing that today, man.
It was shot great, but that's a terrible movie.
Because you can't do all that in Tim's. We know that. Like, come on, man.
Hey, man,
and the acting was terrible. Nas can't act, fam. Let's be real. They could have got somebody else to play that character. It was shot great visually.
No, it was.
It's one of the greatest movies shot visually, but overall, no, that movie is trash. Niggas don't want to do that because it's a hood classic. I can understand. I get it.
Nah.
Ain't too many hood classics that you gonna say is trash.
Nah,
Wasn't
Hot
he
Boys
in,
was trash.
Wasn't he in Romeo Must Die?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Him, Ja Rule, Corrupt,
And Aaliyah.
Steven Seagal.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's the one they been in the jail.
Yeah.
Romeo Must Die was
Romeo
Jet
Must Die
Li.
was
Jet Li, Isaiah Washington.
with Jet Li.
He
was in that too.
Yeah.
He was in that.
Yeah, him and Jet Li had collabed with a few movies. It was on their Chris Tucker, Jackie Chan
Yes,
shit.
they were. With the yellow Hummer. Yeah,
So
that's
yeah,
what's
man.
up.
Well, look,
I mean,
what else
it's
we got on here?
it's another one. My girl Jessie's room. Thick Filet. She says, why soul food places don't be open on Sunday when they missing out on probably the biggest bag of the week? I've been asking this for a decade now
They probably
because
figure people staying home
Day
to
of
cook.
rest.
I asked this actually. I remember one time I think I was in Nigel's or I want to say Bertha's. I said, why y'all not open on Sunday? And they said it's for church day.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, my nigga, like
That could be
y'all
the after
fumbling the
spot?
bag, like
Is
because
you thinking that could be the after spot at the church?
exactly.
I get what you're saying.
But see,
Makes
that's
sense.
Christianity plays a role in so much. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And most of the soul food spots, they mamas, they grannies, and all that. Like, oh yeah, you can't even cut grass on a Sunday. You know what I mean? And some black people homes growing up. So for them to be open, I already see like
Arrested.
Naja. Yeah, like Naja's. I know.
It's deep rooted, so
Yeah.
they're gonna apply the deep rooted rules. I get it.
My girl, Maggie Lachey, she said, I sent someone to Nana's today and they ass was closed. Girl, you knew they was closed today. Stop playing. Nana's gonna be closed on Sundays.
Yes, they are.
Facts.
1 and 2.
1 and 2. Facts.
That was some good questions though. We should do that shit weekly before
yeah,
every
we're
show.
gonna start. Doing
Yeah, we should
that.
start doing
You know,
that.
Ask the messengers hashtag. You know,
So we gotta get into this sports shit, man.
the fucking NBA playoffs.
Hey man, get Paul Pierce the fuck out of here, man. Get him out of here, dog. My dog been quiet for about 2 weeks, man. He ain't had nothing to say.
I mean, what can I say? We got our ass kicked. I don't know what the fuck's going to happen because now I'm reading that any deal is a deal. So it's like I'm going from a potential, one of the best teams in the NBA. So I don't know what the fuck about to happen to us. Mike cheesing up over there. That's just funny. It is funny though. This shit is funny.
This nigga told me after game one. You was in your bag after game one. You was talking real spicy on the timeline, fam.
The grease was heavy, my nigga.
Oh my god, you was talking.
We was
spicy
talking
on the team.
greasy, my nigga. We was talking greasy.
Then after game two, Mo.
Then Paul was like, "This shit over." I said, "Paul, this shit over, my nigga. If the truth feel like it's over, it's over."
And then Chauncey reiterated what I was thinking. Like, what, nigga? You tripping? Nigga's been one game.
What happened is, this is what happened. It's a slew of things. Let's get into it. Kyrie made single-digit shots, missed double-digit shots. 3 games straight. The defensive scheme that worked brilliantly in game 1, for some reason, niggas stopped doing it.
I think
Jason
what happened
Tatum.
is,
Jason Tatum.
after game 1, you watched the most film because they haven't played y'all since the regular season.
Right.
So they knew after game 1, okay, they knew how. And I think y'all got outcoached and outplayed.
We did get outcoached. We got outcoached.
And outplayed. There
And
was
we
a lot
got
of
out-
effort plays I saw that was all effort.
And I can't argue it. We got our ass kicked.
It seemed like Al Horford and
We was
Jaylen
looking-
Brown was the only ones really trying to put in some
Al
work.
Horford, Jaylen Brown, and Mook was the only 3 niggas that showed up every game. And I'm sitting there like, how is this possible? Gordon Hayward, you scoring 2 and 4
Maurice
points.
wasn't trying to go home game 5.
You scored 2 and 4 points.
Big contract.
Jason Tatum, you
Big contract going in.
Like you're not doing anything, my nigga. Like Kyrie, like you're shooting 6 for 20 and saying you should have shot 30 shots. No, nigga, you shouldn't. You shouldn't have. What you should have did was try to get to the hole. You should have been passing the ball. Should have been picking and rolling. You should have been, effort plays that Drew Bledsoe's killing. Eric Bledsoe is killing your ass on. George Hill killing your ass on.
Ooh, George Hill, Cleveland Cavaliers. George Hill too.
Terry Rozier. Now you want to get on the jump and you want to talk about you need to
First
leave.
take.
Well, bitch, leave because you didn't do shit. You didn't do a goddamn thing.
So
Marcus Smart came in game 3 and put more heart on the court than you did in 2 series.
So where do y'all go from here?
I don't know, because
Especially with this lottery, this rigged ass lottery. That fucking happened.
Hold on. We'll get to the lottery. Because the niggas was tight about that lottery. I do not know how the Lakers got a top 5 pick in the fucking lottery, bro. Like, that's wild to me, but we'll get to that. But I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen to the Boston Celtics, being that it's coming out that any deal can be signed off on, and Terry Rose want to go in the media, and obviously I feel like he's the one that says Kyrie was hard to play with, because you want to go on first take and be a chatty patty. So I see that y'all want Terry, so y'all want to work out a deal.
They talking about bringing in Terry and Patrick Beverly. They want to establish the point guard position and get some vets in there to bring up the next guy.
Who's the next guy?
The one, whoever we draft at 7.
So he would be a 3rd string point guard behind either one of them two?
No, one of them two.
Oh, one of
the two, Terry or Patrick. I'd rather take Patrick Beverly.
I would take Patrick too, because Terry my dog, but
you're not starting on the Bulls, fam. We're not doing this put a Band-Aid over the wound shit no more at this point guard position. I'm tired of that. We need to address this point guard position.
My nigga Terry, my nigga Terry, bro, like
Stephen A. Smith was basically on some old other shit. Told me, yeah, he can start about on any team in the league. All right, fam. Like, we get it. That's what you be doing. Any guest come up there. Nate Robinson could come up there. You probably say the same shit about him. So I really didn't put too much stock into that shit. But yeah, man. Shit got real hectic at the game 2, man. I thought game 2 was just y'all laid down because you got one on the road. The game 3, 4, and 5. Game 3 and 4 was a real telling about that Bucks and Celtics series, man. It was just y'all just got outplayed, and the benches didn't look even.
It's like almost like them niggas looked bigger than us and everything. Like,
they're definitely long.
Like
man.
the white boy Connaughton, he just looked bigger than
Connaughton blocked the. I remember he blocked the shot, then dunked on y'all, and
like on a fast break, like a dominant dunk. Yeah. Like I'm like,
I didn't even know he had bunnies.
Me neither. Like, where's this coming from? Did they pour water on this nigga before the game? Like, what's going on?
I hope they win the championship. Because it can also end this narrative of you having to load up on the team to win a championship, and you don't have to do that.
And that would be like,
and the Warriors are proving that right now, by the way.
And that's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the Warriors because, like how you had to retract your Steph slander, I have to retract my Steph slander. Steph Curry is a madman.
Yeah,
okay?
I had to retract my Steph slander.
Let's be clear here.
Oh yeah, and I said this on the TL for the record. I will not be. I don't have James Harden still my nigga, but until he hosts that Larry O'Brien, I don't have. There's no more defending him on the TL.
Oh, we killed the Rockets enough after that game. After we watched that game, where them niggas squandered.
Nah, but y'all niggas was ready for that though.
It's not that we was ready for
niggas
it.
was ready for that, fam. Like niggas
was
ready for the James Harden.
Let's not bail them out.
Y'all had y'all
It was
picks.
for them to win.
Nah, y'all had y'all picks because at the game 3 and game 4 when Harden closed out them games, niggas didn't really give him no roses. That's facts. But had Harden lost game 3 and lost game 4, the shit would have been reckless. But y'all ain't really get that man his. I saw it on the TL. Niggas ain't really give him his props at the game 3 and game 4. I ain't gonna say no names. Niggas know who they are.
Let's talk about Harden and Chris Paul playing bitch basketball. Let's talk about that. Why are they playing basketball? Why are they trying to play bailout basketball?
To be honest with you, game 6, I can't say that they really played bitch basketball. Game 5,
it's several plays where they had.
Hold on. Let me finish. Game 5, I can say that they really didn't take over the game that was the game that they needed to get. As far as game 6, they both scored in double figures. I mean, both scored in the 20s for the first time in that whole series. What I will say is, and niggas ain't really gonna buy it, but I watched the series. I put more of this shit. James Harden and Chris Paul are the bulk of the blame. They're the leaders. But Clint Capella had a big hand in these niggas losing this series, man.
D'Antoni too, because Kenneth Faried never saw the court.
Why I don't know they're saying is because of Ramadan, but I ain't really buying that because Enes Kanter is playing during Ramadan. So I don't know if I don't know. But D'Antoni, Clint Capella deserve a whole bunch of blame for this too, especially being at the fact that you're getting paid $90 million. And all you have to do is rebound. Like, do you know how much Kevon Looney helped the Warriors in this series?
Rebound and set a fucking pick.
Yeah, man. Rebounding is real big in series, man. Like,
Kevon Looney is
points.
a fucking X factor.
It's a difference between giving second chance points to a team like the Jazz versus the Warriors. You could give second chance to the Jazz. You can't give second chance points to the Warriors. They're going to make you pay.
Every time.
And I'm like, you saw me on the TL. Every game I was like Capella, bruh. The only game I really got on Harden was Game 5. Outside of that, bruh, he really played. He didn't really go down in the flames like he did last year, but Game 6, them boys was supposed to close that out because you had a 15-point lead.
You had a 15-point lead. You squander at home. You made Beyonce.
And he's the leader. He's the leader. I'm not in no way, shape, or form. I divulge him of that, but
you ran from the ball. Was that Game 5 or Game 6?
That was Game 5.
You didn't even attempt to get the ball the last 2 minutes of the game.
8 minutes.
He
took one shot within the last 8 minutes of the fourth quarter. And with D'Antoni, like, you have to have what I've noticed with the Warriors and probably the Bucks too. You have to have people moving because you can't do ISO versus the Bucks. I mean, they too long for that anyway. But you can't play ISO ball with the Warriors. You got to have them on their heels. You got to have them running. You got to keep them running. Because that's what they do to teams now that KD's out.
Kobe said
everybody's moving at one time.
Kobe said it best. The way the Rockets play is not going to win them no rings because they have the ball-dominant players, and they don't have any players that can move well without the ball.
If they had a coach like Budenholzer in Houston, it'd be a different outcome, I think.
You think so?
He's done a great job with Milwaukee, bro. Great job. I can't even hold him on that. What he's doing with the Bucks is what he wanted to do with the Hawks in 2015.
Yeah, but didn't they have like DeMarre Carroll and all them niggas? Like,
yeah, they played team basketball. They played basketball. Everybody kept moving. Nobody was standing still because he's from under Pop Tree.
Yeah,
he's from under Pop Tree. So I want to see the Bucks win the championship, man. So that whole narrative about you need to load up on the team, because you know what a lot of teams have gotten away from is being patient. Like, we've had teams set the example of being patient, and when KD went to the Warriors, it seemed like that narrative got clouded. How, I don't know, because the Warriors was patient with them building a team and getting to the point. Only thing they did was adding KD.
Does KD come back to the Warriors this year?
No, he's out of there.
Where does KD go?
Reports are saying that it's 100% done deal. He's going to New York.
Does going to the Knicks benefit KD going into a decade in the league at this point in his career?
Yeah, he's still in his prime. And I think he'll play a long time because there's not a lot of wear and tear on his body.
No, but I'm saying, do you think the Knicks are going to harness that prime
correctly?
Correctly. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Depending on what they do with that pick. Because if they trade the pick to get AD, now you got AD and KD. And or Kyrie. Either way, they coming out with two superstars on it because they got money to throw at somebody. Somebody taking the money. It just depends on who they're giving the money to and if any of the big-time players are willing to take that money. That's what this shit all boils down to.
This offseason for NBA is going to be insane.
Yeah, this is one of the biggest ones. Definitely 2020 because you got all the draft picks in play and, you know, you got potentially the Pelicans can have Zion and RJ. If the Knicks trade that pick, I'm hearing the Pelicans don't want to deal with the Lakers. You know, that's another thing.
They on some whole shit, bro. Like, I mean, that's on them, but
I can't really blame them.
Hey, I mean, that's them. That's how they want to run.
I mean, I really wouldn't deal with a team in my same conference neither. If you think about it.
But what if they had the assets to help you build along?
Oh, then that's just you. If you go to the table and the Pelicans offer you Cracker Jacks and the fucking Lakers offer you steak dinner, then you just stupid.
I mean, essentially, that's what kind of happened.
I mean, not really, because I mean, if David Griffin looks at it as a standpoint where they can rebuild, why not get the third pick and just have Zion and RJ?
Didn't the nigga from the Pelicans get fired? Wasn't that like a report that he got fired?
Yeah, that's not David Griffin though. David Griffin used to be the Cavs GM. He got hired.
No, yeah, you're right.
Old boy got fired. Black dude, I can't remember. His
name. Yeah, I remember that. All right, we on the same page now. I don't know, man. I don't know. This offseason is gonna be crazy. Man.
Yeah, I was shitting about that lottery though because that shit was 100% rigged.
You think it was?
It was rigged. 100%.
I feel it needed.
Now the new format, I love it. I love the new format, but it was only rigged for one team. It was rigged for the Lakers.
How is it rigged for the Lakers?
Because they had a 77% chance of landing the number 11 pick. You had a 2% chance of moving up in the top 4. 2%, that's a rig. That's a rig. But I do like the new format though, because now you can't take no more. Why
they had the pinballs out like in the machine, like for everybody to see? Like they don't do that no more.
They doing it in the back.
Anything can happen in the back. So I mean, if we want to go with the rig narrative,
2%.
I ain't gonna argue it, Mike.
2%.
Bruh, I was watching me and Reggie was watching shit live.
He texted me.
I was like, yo.
Text as soon as it should happen.
Yo, how do you call the Lakers yet, dog? And then they call y'all at 7. I'm like,
yeah, that shit had me hot.
What?
That shit was crazy, bro. But I like the new format because it takes away from there's no more 25% for the worst record. It's 14, 14, 14, and 12.5 for the fourth best. So like I love the new format. It's no more tanking. And it shouldn't be like that because teams come to see you play and you laying down on purpose to get a better draft pick. That shit's trash.
All right, let's wrap up NBA real quick before we go to NFL so we can wrap up. Who you got winning this finals overall?
The Bucks over the Warriors.
How many games?
7. It'll go 7.
Do you think KD comes back this postseason?
No, and they need to stop fucking lying,
you think
man.
It's some big cap with that,
but
man.
they lying. I understand why they lying, but they need to stop at the same time. They lying because to protect KD and his money for the summer. And number 2 is like, bruh, like y'all falsifying y'all injury report. I know they are.
That's a fine.
They
right?
falsifying their injury report, fam. That man don't got no calf strain. I done had a calf strain, and I done had one where it was high, and I wasn't even the timetable that they talking about is. You don't even have people had them high calf strains like that no more in sports where they be out because a high like quality calf strain to have you out for months. But motherfuckers don't really get that.
At the same time, we not 7 feet tall with point guard ability, so.
I think it's an Achilles, but they trying to maintain it.
I think it's an Achilles too, because he was walking exactly like Kobe when
he don't even have basketball shoes. He's not wearing basketball shoes.
Them shit look like some modernized Bo Jacksons.
He's wearing some other type of shit. Like, so yeah, it's definitely
That's
worse.
his new shoe.
And they keep, you know how I know they lying? Because they keep downgrading him each fucking game. So now, remember now before when they said he wouldn't be available for the Western Conference Finals, he'll be back for the finals. Mm-hmm. So what they said was it's unlikely that KD will play game 1, game 2. Now it's game 3 and game 4. Bro, we knew that. We knew he wasn't fucking playing. We knew that.
I mean, but.
He might not be back to. Dog, he got hurt on the 9th.
Yeah, I know.
It's the 19th.
It's about to be the 20th.
Yeah, it's about to be the 20th. The finals start like the first week in June. You know what I'm saying? So, like, what are we really talking about?
Hey, man.
A strain keep you out for about 10 days.
I'm gonna go out on a limb. I got the Warriors winning in 6. I feel like when it comes down to
so you think they're gonna complete the 3-peat?
I feel like out of all the teams that's left, like
without KD,
bro.
Oh, okay.
Without
I ain't
KD,
mad at that. The way they playing ball, they playing ball great.
They playing ball.
Give Draymond his credit.
I got to. You know what I'm saying? It's still fuck that nigga now. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, he's the heart and the soul of that team.
Dog been putting up, and it's not just the numbers. Like you can see the play.
It's the play. Yeah. And then when he was mic'd up last night,
the play is reflecting the numbers. Yeah.
He's rubbing off on what's his name?
Jordan Bell.
He
missed the dunk.
He clunked the dunk. He was like, "Yo,
it happens."
He missed a shot. The next play, this nigga caught him on the fast break. He was like, yo, like, you know, that's how this shit go. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's facts. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, when it come down to it, man, as long as you got them two madmen in the backcourt, because them niggas is not from here, man.
Yeah.
They not from here. Steph and Clay not from here. When it's time to play, like niggas trip off them and shit like that. But when it come down to it,
no more slander Steph Curry my way.
Like when it come down to it, bro, like this nigga's doing that shit with a dislocated finger. Like we just seen this nigga whole finger hanging out his hand, and he's killing.
He's doing what I expected him to do 15, 16, and 17. and 18.
He's doing that shit.
He's doing it now.
Hands down.
Yeah.
So,
Even
like,
without, and for him to do it without KD.
Without KD, is for anything, this means
bruh,
more.
And the thing is so crazy because the Blazers had an 18-point lead. No lead is safe with the Warriors, bro. Like they can hit back-to-back threes. They did
this shit again last night.
It's back to 12.
They let the Warriors win the third quarter like 32-14. You cannot lose that.
24-17.
You cannot lose.
No,
that.
29-14.
You cannot lose that third quarter to them. That third quarter is like the momentum quarter. Like you cannot lose the third quarter to the Warriors or the game is over with.
They won 110-99. That's crazy, bro. Like, and they came back from 18. You know how much of a point swing that is for them to win by that margin and be down 18?
Like,
come on, dog.
A lot of like teams not doing that.
Oh, and another thing, and I talked about this on Twitter earlier today. Then we'll get off this NBA shit. Niggas need what I noticed since I got on Twitter is the elevation and downgrade of players based off moments and not consistency.
Speak on it.
No facts. Niggas need to stop doing that. If you're gonna judge a player off his playoff success, do that. If you're going to judge a player off strictly his play on the court, do that. But it can't be both.
Right.
Over a course of 3 series, I seen Dane go from top 5 to like a scrub. And you can't do that, bro. Like, he's always been better. In my opinion, he's been better than Russell Westbrook. There was a time in 2016 where I thought Russell was playing the best ball at the point guard position. But overall, I always kind of felt like Dame had the edge over him because of his efficiency. Is he having a terrible series? Definitely.
He's hurt.
I don't want to hear nothing about a rib.
He's hurt from what they're saying. He's hurt.
After game 3, it comes out that he got a rib. I don't want to hear that. But all in all, dog, like, I get it with the jokes and shit like that. I get that part of it. But, like, when you seriously downgrading and upgrading a player over a span of 3 series in 1 year, that's crazy to me. But I noticed that because it could be over a year. Like, how do you just bump somebody down and up over a course of a year? Now, remember when Dane got swept, niggas threw him to the wolves.
Oh yeah, he had.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then when he beat Russ,
that was just last season, right?
That was last year. He top 5.
That's amazing how shit changed.
Let's be real here. Can you really name 5 point guards better than Dame and Russ?
No.
Even with Russ getting knocked out of the playoffs 3 straight years, he's still a top 5 point guard. He just is. You can't name 5 better point guards than Dame and Russ. You can't do it. So, like, niggas really got to chill with that shit. Y'all got to pick a side, bro. Like, you can't do he was killing this series. Oh, he ain't killed. Oh, it's time to have a conversation. How can you have a conversation over a course of 3 series? You can't do it. It's not fair.
That's a big swing in opinion, bro.
That's a big swing in opinion, bro.
You right. You right.
Niggas need to stop doing that, bro. Don't and that's why
Kyrie disappointed me, but I'm still not gonna say he's a trash point guard. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and this is kind of why, like, I told, like, I've been actually when I've been telling, like, I've been laughing at, but I'm being honest. Like, I'm not debating with niggas no more. I'm so serious, bro. Like, I'm dead. I'm not debating with niggas no more.
No, somebody said something crazy. They was like, I had to ask them. They said something about All-Stars, and I said, bro, Kyle Lowry is a 5-time All-Star. Is he a top 5 point guard?
Yeah, they talking about Dame. They was talking about Dame.
They was talking about Dame, and I was like, bro,
he's not even been. You saying somebody's top 5 of their position and haven't been a
Kyle Lowry's a 5-time All-Star, but he's six, including this year 6. He's not top 5 at all. Period.
Yeah.
So come on, dog.
Yeah, I'm turning over a new leaf, man. For one, I don't feel like this might be some asshole shit to say. Niggas really don't know what they be talking about, so I'm not wasting no energy no more. And number 2, man, like, that shit just got old to me.
Mike, in other words, Mike saying, you know, he's a changed man. Check out Deranged Man. He got a whole new game plan. Yeah. So with that being said, how you feel about OBJ and him striking back against them people?
I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all.
That man said, "When I see you, it be different conversation from when you get on your show."
I want him to back up his statement. I want him to go in the media and address all this shit, though.
Do you feel he does this at the first mini camps?
No, because obviously he just left.
Oh yeah.
He came there for a day and then he left to clear his head. The only thing I say, and this is my opinion on the whole Odell shit, I feel like he hasn't been honest about the transition from New York to Cleveland. That's the only thing I'll say. I don't feel that press conference was like, real cringeworthy. I don't feel like he's really happy to be in Cleveland.
No, I feel like it's not the fact that he's not happy. I feel like it's the way they did him. They said they wasn't going to trade him. Then out of the blue, Odell's a Brown.
Yeah, and teams need to stop doing that too. Like, don't make I don't know if they made promises.
They said
If you take-
that
if
was
you
a
take a-
hard. Like, we're not trading OBJ.
if you sign somebody to a contract, if you sign somebody to a contract long term, in no way, shape, or form are they thinking they're gonna get traded within a year. Because now I'm hearing that Le'Veon Bell might be getting traded because
I
Gase
saw
didn't
that.
want him.
That was wild. Because
Gase didn't want him.
Yeah,
that's
he
why
said,
they fired their GM too.
Yeah, that's wild. That's
So
wild.
Le'Veon saying, "Hey, I can't control. I only can control what I can control. If it happens, it happens." I kind of feel like that's fucked up though. Like, damn, the man ain't play a snap yet. You want to trade him? That's some personal shit.
Exactly.
That's
exactly
not
what I'm about to
production.
say.
That's personal.
That's because that man ain't even got a chance to show and prove. So it's like you harboring something.
Yeah, Gase don't fuck with him. He's harboring something. Whatever it is, I don't know.
Hey man.
But I'm not mad at Odell clapping back at Colin for that shit.
I'm not mad at that, especially if he feel like, when I see you, it'd be different convo from when you
Based off the text message that he posted, definitely seemed like that because he said he's rooting for him. But I do feel like the top 10 it's irrelevant. Like, if you was gonna do a top 10, do a top 10 plays.
Yeah,
if you rooting for him,
yeah,
do top 10 plays.
that was
because he's already getting highlighted for the bullshit. So flip the coin and do something different.
If you texting this man, you rooting for him, and then you gonna get on TV and do that. That was some sucker shit.
Yeah, that's sucker shit. And I fuck with Colin's show. I think he got the best sports show, but that was weak. That was
some sucker shit, man.
Anything
Anything else?
Think that came from higher up?
No, that was all Colin because he does shit like that.
Colin do be doing shit.
He do shit like that.
He doing shit like that.
Because he big about character. Because he had Baker Mayfield on the show last year to discuss his off-field shit.
Baker was clapping too. Baker was like, bro, like.
So that's all Colin. Colin known for doing shit like that. He's that. He want his players to be perfect.
Going into the season, does this rattle the Browns or does this make them play with a chip on their shoulder?
They better. They ain't got no choice. They got all this talent now. But as far as
on
the
paper,
Odell
they
shit,
kind of
no.
scary, bro. On paper, they
kind of scary. But remember the 2011 Eagles was scary on paper.
Yeah, hard.
Dream Team. Remember that?
That was your boy Namdi. Namdi was on.
They had Namdi, Vince Young, Dominique Rice-Cromartie.
Yikes.
Yeah, they had a squad, boy.
They called themselves the Dream Team.
Yeah, they called themselves the Dream Team that year. No playoffs.
None.
Shout out to Mez, bum ass Eagles. But anything else NFL wise?
No, man, that's it.
Damn, we went through this whole show and we ain't talk about the legend of Brittany Jones, but I guess
they saying she not the BM.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
That's what they saying.
I mean,
so.
that's
But
a
if
bullet.
he did get caught up in that shit, that's crazy.
I mean, shit. I mean, niggas is bigging up them OnlyFans things. So I mean,
Drake bigging up OnlyFans things. Trey bigging up OnlyFans things.
Yeah. It happens. It happens, man. So, like, with that being said, man, if you hear anything on this show that gets you in your feelings or you feel some type of way, I also, hold on, man, before we do this, man, shout out to everybody, my bad, Drew, shout out to everybody, that's been waiting on us on those hiatus. Niggas will hit me up saying one of the next episode.
I got
shout out to all of y'all. Shout out to everybody who sent them questions in. We doing Ask the Messengers.
Shout out to the YouTube community. Shout out to the
Apple. Shout out to everybody,
Apple
man.
Community. Shout out to the SoundCloud community. Shout out to all of y'all. Shout out to everybody, who always have an opinion about our show, even if it's negative or positive. I want to see more than, if you have a negative opinion, I want to see that more than the positive shit. I always want to see with the bad shit that we had to say. That's just me personally. I want to see the negative shit too.
No, I'm with you, Mike. I'm with you.
I want to see the negative shit too. I take it all in. But of course, the love comes first. Always the love comes first.
I feel like Miss, man. I need to be around some love. So with that being said, man, everybody, let's have a safe summer. And always remember, if you hear anything on this show that got you feeling the type of way and you need to talk about it, always remember.
We're just some messages.
We out.